นี่ใช้เว็บแคมด้วยนะ
อืมดี
วันนี้ก็เว็
ดี
บแคมใช่ผม
แป๊บ
แต่ผมรู้สึก
หนึ่งนะ
ผมมืดจริง
โอเคตอนนี้เราออนแอร์แล้วนะครับเดี๋ยววันนี้ถ้ามีใครอยากแจมเราจะอัญเชิญด้วยป่ะ
ได้เลย
ก็ได้
อัน
นะใช่ไหม
อันเชิญนี่หมายความว่าเชิญแล้วก็อันออกอะเหรอเหมือนอัน
อ่า
เฟรนว่าอัน
ทั้งหม
เชิญ
ดนั่นแหละครับ
อันเชิญอันอินไว้
เดี๋ยวแป๊บหนึ่งนะเอ่ออ่ะคุยอะไรเล่นๆไปก่อนก็ได้เดี๋ยวผม
นี่เว้ย
แชร์
so I've been missing this Apple Pencil for like I don't know almost a year already and it's very expensive so I didn't want to buy a new one and you know where I found it today under
Where
my fucking mattress I knew I knew it was gonna be there, but my mattress was so like it's so heavy, so I just didn't put my mind into opening it, like flipping it up. And today I was like, okay, let's flip it up. I enlisted my wife to help, and yeah, so I don't have to spend another like what 5,000 for a fucking pencil.
also it's a Apple Pen
Yeah, it's Apple. Yeah. I only, I have this weird habit of really liking to buy first party accessory.
uh-huh
If it doesn't suck so bad. Like, some of them they suck ass. But I mean, if it doesn't suck so bad, I like to, like spend a little bit more money. Well, maybe not a little bit, but like, yeah, stick to first party accessories.
okay so just this is a little bit out of the topic but I would like to know is if there is any other pen that is made by third party and can be used with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
iPad
I think Logitech makes good ones,
oh
but I haven't tried, and I think there are like there are quite a few. I mean this Chinese manufacturer, some of them are very good. They make a fake AirPods Max that actually gets recognized by Apple as AirPods.
huh
Yeah, they
Hmm.
get recognized by iOS as AirPods, as genuine
wait
AirPods.
so I kind of doubt that it's not a third party who makes that but it's actually that factory that makes Apple product but they kind of like sneak make
Yeah.
another line of product without Apple knowing
Yeah, because it's all OEM anyway, right? I
yeah
mean, Apple uses a lot of like suppliers anyway, so yeah.
yeah
But I mean, actually, talking about today's topic, I think it'd be nice to, if we get some like volunteer as well.
oh yeah sure
So yeah,
Okay,
let's.
so let's talk to the audience for a bit, okay? ก็วันนี้เดี๋ยวจะเป็น English only นะครับ ก็จะคุยแต่ภาษาอังกฤษจากตรงนี้ไป เพราะฉะนั้นเอ่อวันนี้เปิดรับอัญเชิญใครขึ้นมาก็ได้นะ เปิดการ์ดซัมมอนใครอยากขึ้นมาคุยก็หลังไมค์มาหาผมแล้วกัน เดี๋ยวผมจะคลิกดู
เอ๊ะ
ดูแชทในเพจบ่อยๆ หรือว่าถ้าใครทักมาหลังไมค์แล้วแสดงความจำนงด้วยการแบบพิมพ์มาในคอมเมนต์เซ c ชันว่าผมอ่านคอมเมนต์เซ c ชันอยู่นะ ก็แต่ว่าวันนี้ผมอธิบายนิดนึงก่อนคือท็อปิกนี้เป็นคุณทอมอยากคุยนะเขารีเควสมา ก็เลยจัดให้นะครับ
But
อาร
you,
มณ์แบบว่าอย่าโทษกูนะประมาณเนี้ย
What do you-
ใช่
what do you-
เพราะฉะนั้นวันนี้ผมมาค่อนข้างแบงก์ก็เดี๋ยวตามน้ำไปเรื่อยๆว่าคุณทอมอยากจะคุยเรื่องอะไรก็ว่ากันไปหรือว่า
What do you-
เดี๋ยวพอถึงจุดนึงก็ช่วยกันคิดแล้วกันเนาะ
why do you put me on a spot like that?
no because it's the truth
Huh?
because
Dude.
you did ask me for
No, we
Mm.
actually we discussed this like I think 2 or 3 weeks.
yeah some time ago yes
Yeah,
But
and then
apparently there's like apparently we are kind of in the mood this time right and
Yeah, and I think ตีไฟต้องตีตอนร้อนอ่ะทักเมื่อวานทำวันนี้อะไรเงี้ย
to be honest Noel is gonna be away for a while too next week
How
Yeah.
are you coping, man? How are you coping, mate? How was
What,
your
with COVID? With
Yeah.
COVID?
it's gone
Yeah, COVID is gone. I'm fine. I'm back to being my normal self. I'm back to being just the typical dick. hmm
take in the box?
Yeah. Nah, no box can contain my dick. Don't worry. So
okay so
I
where
guess
should we
like
start
yeah. Are we gonna have a topic today about what?
okay we should set up something to talk about first Like,
can I start?
Yeah,
it's not,
sure.
I mean, if you want
it's a
to, sure.
it's a topic that I really like to talk about.
Okay,
It's
go
actually
ahead.
I want to make a video about it, but I'm probably gonna do that after I come back from like Italy.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're going to
yeah, but
Italy.
Yeah.
I feel like that yeah, I'm going to Italy. Yeah, it's a fucking hassle.
Don't get
If
robbed.
anybody want to do like visa, yeah, I have one advice for that though. Don't act like a tourist. Don't act like like, wow, look at this. I've never seen this place before. Oh my god, me and my Gucci. Do not
Yeah.
do that, right? Let's just let's just basically put a target over your head and say, hey, rob me. I made with money.
Okay. Before you start, can I just throw in one random question?
Yeah.
All right.
If I say Italy, would
Yeah.
foreigners understand that I mean Italy?
Yeah.
I
Italy.
think it's
Yeah.
it's obvious enough to not be confused with some other words, right? Even though it's not Italy, but it's the accent is on the wrong, how do you call it? The syllable?
Consonant.
It's on a syllable. It's a wrong syllable.
Yeah,
It's the wrong syllable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like in English language, they don't really have much of a concept of a tone.
Actually,
Right.
yeah, this is a very good thing. I was
Yeah,
talking
doesn't have much of a
to
tone.
my friend a little bit later, a little bit earlier, and then, but I'll come back to this later. I'll let Noel start first. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Mhm.
So did you mention your topic yet, or we just keep cutting on you?
No. I'll talk about it. It's just about what you call it. It's about how we understand English differently according to there's something called like a Thai accent, right? But a Thai accent is kind of or at least like there's a spectrum of accent. You know that? You
Yes.
notice it?
Yep.
It's a spectrum of accent. It ranges from like someone who is not proficient in English, but it's like confident enough to use it.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like, I think you should do this, my love. Why don't you try this new product? On the line, it's one of the best. You will love it. Trust me. That's the like one end of the spectrum, and then you move towards like the middle would be like what most internationally educated Thai or any Asian like people would talk. They would have this like very similar accent. Okay, unless you're like from Hong Kong or something or Singapore, you're gonna have a very like distinctive accent there. Malaysian, like same thing. Filipino is like kind of like Spanish-ish, But then when you move towards the American or the British one, it'll take a form of its own.
Yep.
Right. And if a purely British or American person speaking something to another like non like English speaker or at least non-native, it would sound kind of out of this world. Right. But the thing is, we don't think about when it applies to our own language. Right. Because I had this conversation with the Portuguese guy, and he talked about how he learned Thai because he's been living in Thailand for like a year now, like a couple of years, because he opened like a restaurant in like around Silom area, and he like took a class like I think like a year or so, and he's like, I'm confident now. I can totally talk to a Thai person. I can talk to a native. I can get it. I know what to do. I know where to go. I know what to say. I know the slangs, right? The thing is, the first day he tried it out, he struggled so hard. He just found he just like smacked against the brick wall, because the thing is, our language, right, similar to any native speaker, have these unspoken rules, right?
Yeah.
Unspoken rules that is not mentioned and not said in class, but it's something you kind of pick up along the way, somewhere, somehow. You just have to.
Isn't that the same with every language?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't think about it for our own language. We talk like, oh my god, English and their slangs and their phrases, and like you need to know pop culture and shit. But then in Thai, it's the same, right? For example, when the foreigners like the Portuguese guy said, hey, ไปตรงไปที่ไปรษณีย์ยังไงครับ right? It's like that's what foreigners would sound
it makes
like.
sense.
Yeah, and then what he learned in class would be like ไปทางซ้ายตรงถนนแล้วแยกนี้แล้วก็ตรงไปอีก
You
ประมาณ
sound like
200
Google
เมตร
Maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then when the Thai person starts speaking, they have all these like you know
นี่ครับ
intonation.
ตรงไปนะครับตรงไปแล้วก็เดี๋ยวไปเลี้ยวซ้ายตรงแยกนะครับผม
or even worse ใส่ไปเนี่ยพี่แล้วเลี้ยวซ้ายแล้วเข้าใจปะแล้วพี่ก็ยังไงวะแล้วก็แบบว่ามันเลยตรงขวาเลยพี่ตรงร้านนั้นน่ะร้านนั้นน่ะพี่ how the fuck are you gonna supposed to like understand that? There's no way.
But the thing is, when you speak to a person who definitely doesn't speak Thai as a first language, you gotta have some, I don't know, mercy. You gotta realize that you're speaking to a non-native speaker, so you.
No, but I think actually no, raise a very good point. I think Thai language, when you go from one place to another, like if you compare ภาษาไทยแบบกรุงเทพอะ like how we talk, and if we compare it to Isan or to Southern Thai, I think it's even more different than different English. Do you know what I mean? Like,
different style of English from different region, right?
Because I think when we were growing up, we used to watch a lot of like soap opera, right? Thai soap opera, and then there used to be a lot of portrayal of like people from northeastern, from Isan. Isan people doesn't fucking sound like that, man. Doesn't fucking sound like.
Yeah, they don't. It's like transform Isan into ภาคกลาง
But for a person who doesn't speak Isan, I have no idea.
I know my wife.
Real Isan is just another language.
Yeah, when my wife talks with her friends or like, fuck, I just couldn't understand, man. Like not at all. Like English would be like Scottish would be more understandable to me.
Yeah, but my question is when like a local language is being put into a show like that, why don't they do a better homework of how it should sound or like a legit sounding accent should be like or is it because of low budget or they kind of lazy or something like that?
That's just you need to grow up with it.
Yeah, but they could hire an expert, and it's not hard to find like a person who can locally speak Isan or something like that, right?
Yeah, but I think it's different one. It's a bit unfair, right? It's like, for example, if you speak like Australian, like an Australian accent naturally, and then you have to transform it to like a British accent. I think it's way easier than to just like transform from like like a very middle class. I grew up in an international school kind of stuff, and then one day it's like, hey, I need you to act in this scene speaking Isan. I say, what concept is this?
Yes, but you have seen like a really serious Hollywood actors, right? Who like do method acting and stuff like that. They would get into it. They would train. They would get an advisor, and then they would like learn. Actually, spend months learning stuff like that because they know they're gonna have to do this role.
But still, basic of English is still there, like very much there. I mean, you talk to an Australian, you talk to an Irish, you talk to. There is a lot of foundation that we actually know. But I mean, if you're talking about like difference between ภาษาไทยกรุงเทพ and ภาษาอีสานแบบจริงๆเนี่ย it's like fucking totally like throw everything out of the window and.
Yes, I know, but
it's a new language.
When you act in a scene, you don't have to improvise. You have a lines written for you, right? You just need someone who speaks proper Isan language to write that lines, and then you, as an actor, just need to read the line out, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's I think it's kind of like what do you call it?
But we as an audience couldn't understand.
And we don't want to read subtitles.
There are audience who are like native Isan, right? When they would be like face palming or anything or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't care enough to do it. They didn't care enough to like, oh man,
same with
like
deal. English in like Squid Game, right?
Oh.
Right? I mean in Squid Game when they speak English it's so awkward.
If you're gonna talk about Squid
Game, that's a script.
Don't talk past episode 3 because that's where I stopped, and I've been planning to go back to it.
Okay. No spoiler.
Wait, are you talking about the English dub, or are you talking about like the American and like the
The
billionaires
actual
and
English speaking person speaking English.
that's
Squid
the
Game.
script. That's the script's fault. I don't think it's their fault. It's the same as when a foreigner comes to Thailand and then they speak like English in a Thai movie. Exact same thing. It's the sensibility of the screenwriter is the one that dictates how they're
Yes,
gonna
but
sound.
as a native speaker, don't they feel cringe when they read
Yeah, they
those
do.
lines?
Of course they do. But they're not they're not the writer script. They're the actors. They're paid
Yeah,
to
but
say
then they keep
shit.
it like, dude, it doesn't sound like this. Can I change it a bit? I mean,
If they're big names enough, yeah. Like if you're like Harrison Ford, and you say, "Hey man, I want to say this new line in this movie," right? It's like, but it's not in the script. It sounds better. Sue me, and then you get it in the line. It's one of the biggest, like the best improvisational line ever. But they're not. They're not Harrison Ford. It's some bumfuck nowhere. Who knows where they are? They just, hey, you look like the part. You look like someone who just fucked a kid for $1 million. Like you took it. That's the thing. I don't think it's like I'm not paid enough to just care. I'll be cringy. I don't mind. I get paid.
yeah, I understand. Yes.
Yeah, but do you guys follow football? I mean, the real football, the one that you kick it with the foot.
Not the playing with the hand football, right?
Yeah, not handball, not glorified handball.
Okay.
Rugby.
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah. Actually, there are so many kinds of like football, right? If you go on Wikipedia and then you search football, you like. There are just so many kind of football. But I was actually looking at an interview of Jadon Sancho. Not sure you know him. Have you heard of him? And he's an English football player, right? He plays for Manchester United, and he is from England. His parents are not English. I mean, not native English, but I mean, he was born in England. And I was looking at his interview, and I was like, he doesn't speak English like an English person, like not at all.
Really? Where is he from? Like which?
He was born in England.
No, but like from which part? I mean, the accent is all over the places.
I didn't. I didn't think that he has that, like that British thing that they have. He was born in Camberwell, England. But I mean he's been spending like his last like 5 or 6 years before coming back to England in Germany. But I mean even if you go abroad, right, your accent doesn't change that much after like certain age. But I was
like Cockney like accent?
No,
he have a Cockney accent.
Okay. Let's. Do you hear me when I Okay, let's.
Do you want me to play the clip? You can send me the link, and then I'll play that clip.
Yeah, let me have a look. Let me see if I can find it, because I think if I play it from my okay, I found it. 1 second.
So what does he sound like Spanish? Like
no. Okay. I'm sending it to you in the in chat.
Oh. People want me to turn myself up a bit? Okay. Give me a sec.
Oh!
But this is the loudest my microphone. Okay. I think I just have to be closer.
We use the same mic. Can you see?
The Razer?
Siren Mini.
Yes.
I got it for like 750 bucks, 750 baht used.
Oh.
I was like,
that's cheap.
Like I got on my car and and it's actually quite good. I have another mic here, but I don't want to get set up and everything, so it's like
that one is very expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, this is like 25,000 baht mic. Wow. But I was like, and there is no feedback. I think the feedback rejection is quite good. So
I think Zoom did quite good. Did you send the link here?
Yeah, I sent it in chat.
Okay.
In chat. Okay. While you are, I think maybe today we spend some time looking at chat and like answering.
Talk to them?
Mock them, because we have the mic. I'm not Jewish. You remember from last time. That's good. English only. Confused viewers who want to buy iPod Max be like, พี่น้องสวัสดีครับทุกคนครับสอนการใช้มีคนบอกว่าสอนการใช้คำว่า also หน่อยครับมินิซังบอกว่า is the accent actually important as a member of impromptu speech club look like some member that has good accent, that is good at accent, they got compliments.
All right, this is a very Thai thing. It's a very, very Thai thing because we are like one of the few nations who's give a shit about accents. I don't see any other nation is like, oh my God, I want my child to speak with a perfect British accent, the one you see on BBC. And this kind of accent is so profoundly clear and native. It just makes you seem posh and seems elite in a way with this kind of English. But the funny thing is, it's such what do you call it? It's an illusion that we built.
Yeah.
With this in mind that this is the accent that a lot of British people speak. So therefore, if I sound like them, I'm one of them. So therefore, I'm not Thai. Why not? Why is it bad? Why you don't why you feel you want to detach yourself from your accent? Why do you want to be British? Why do we want to be American? Is it class kind of stuff? Like, hey man, if you sound American or British, that means you have an international education, which means you're rich, which means it's a class thing. So I don't want to sound like some
Huge.
yes, no, not like they probably don't want to sound like a Pattaya whore, like curry, curry. They have a very, very, this kind of stereotypical accent. Nah, you come with me and have good time. That kind of shit, But they don't want to sound like that. But the funny thing is, what do you call it? They actually have a name for it. It's called like the BBC English or something.
Yeah.
Right. I can't actually. There's an official name for it. But the funny thing is, though, I researched about this. You know how many people speak with this accent in real life?
You mean like BBC accent?
Yeah.
I believe that like Apisit is one of them.
Yeah, but think about like a British person. How many British person do you think speak with a BBC accent?
Maybe less than one.
It's like 2%.
Maybe all of the reporters.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's the official sounding one, right?
No, but actually speaking about this, BBC has so much influence in like a lot of ways that we communicate nowadays. Because apart from BBC accent, there is also a BBC way of writing stuff as well. You know that, right?
Mm.
There is a BBC way of writing comma before and. That's kind of like I think that's BBC thing. When you write
Oxford comma.
Oxford comma.
But Oxford comma is always better.
And then when you write titles,
that's true. That's true.
When you write titles, where you are supposed to put capital letters in, there is a certain way to do that as well. So there is a lot of influence. Anyways. Actually, when we talk about accent, there was this one conversation that I had with my colleague, which I found quite interesting. I think accent, it's not about so much with accent, because if you are a regular person and you speak English, no one is going to care what accent you have. But if you want to appeal to certain type of people, let's say if you are a global company and you want to address your customers in the UK or in certain part of America, for example, the conservative parts of America, you might need to have the people that speaks that language. And I'm not talking about just accent. I'm talking about the whole package, man. If you are an Asian dude trying to sell stuff to like those Outback, you're not gonna sell stuff. So there are certain places, certain what's the word? The word just doesn't come to me. But there are certain times that this kind of thing does matter. But in general, no, I don't think accent is like a biggie.
I think this is one of the situation where if you think about games company like Nintendo or Sony, right? When they want to sell their product in the US, they actually hire like an American to be a speak person on like a event that they disclose new product and stuff like that, they don't use like a Japanese person going up there and like give a speech in English or something in broken English, right?
I just found it funny you use like Nintendo as an example when you have a character literally saying some stereotypically Italian shit like "It's me, Mario."
Yes. But it's like
Waluigi,
you have to understand that that's the persona of
Mario.
the whole Mario thing since like the 90s, right?
I love it though. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
Did you give a listen to the one the clip
No, I
sent?
haven't. But
You wanna
Yeah,
play
I
it?
did. I don't think this accent is that like
that
what do
weird.
you call it, out of place or that weird. You see it in a real like okay, Scottish person when they speak to you, they have a very profound like very clear way
You have to
of
put it
saying
back.
English.
You have to put it back
It's in the
throat a little
throat.
bit.
It's in the
In the throat a
throat.
little bit.
Yeah.
You need a little power when it comes to like saying all these things. But there's also a Nigerian English. Like if you're from like Nigeria and you like immigrated to Britain, you have like your own Caribbean, or not Caribbean, like African like accent, and there's also the Caribbean accent, right?
And South African, I think they use their teeth and their tongue a lot. Like if you listen to Trevor Noah, I mean there are certain like words that it's very strong, right?
Wait, when you say teeth and tongue, you see like it's like that.
No. I'm not talking about like.
No, not like actually.
But it's the way that they pronounce words. It's like when we as a Thai person, right? We grew up learning Thai, and I find it always a little bit gruesome when we try to karaoke English into Thai, because there are so many like alphabets. The way that we pronounce those alphabets are totally different. Like even the letter T, right? I mean T, or even how they pronounce D, or it's just I'm not even gonna go into like the V and stuff. But I find that I think if you want to, I mean, it's like okay, let me rewind a little bit. I think accent is not that important, but I have always believed that pronunciation and grammar is quite important. And I think that for many Thai, if they want to excel in English pronunciation, they kind of like have to throw the way that we speak Thai out of the window a little bit, and like restart again, kind of. Am I going all over the place now?
I know, but I think, like you said, accent is not important. I think the important part is figure of speech, like how you organize it. Yeah, how you structure a sentence so that it sounds familiar to how native would speak it, and then that would sound familiar to what they used to, and then it's not confusing for them, right?
Yeah.
But if for any person who start learning a language, they would insert a lot of their own native language into English, like how a sentence to be structured, what word choice are they choosing to structure that sentence, right? And then it would sound foreign because that's not how it actually should sound in a native language. And I think that's the same with every language, isn't it?
I disagree with that to a certain degree. I don't think like we should focus on neither accent or figure of speech. I think those things are like traps. Those are traps. You know why?
So what's the actual thing?
This is so good, because we have an English educator, like, I mean, the person who teaches English here.
Like literally teach it for a living. Figure of speech works when you know what they mean. Like really know what they mean, and you can understand the contextual detail.
There is no shortcut in figure of speech.
There's no shortcut. You gotta use it, and you're gonna fuck up. You gotta use it, and you're gonna fuck up. And the person's like, you have a comedy, like you have a conversation with them, and you just use it out of the blue, and they go, "What? Why you say that?"
No, but then you don't use something you don't know, right?
This is
but
why
you need to try. You need to try, right. But it should not be the first thing you go for. You should go for paraphrasing, right? Paraphrasing is your bread and butter. For example, can you say the same sentence twice by not using the same exact words? You mean the same thing,
There are several ways to
right?
do it, right?
Yeah, but that's the hard part, and that's what opens doors, right? Because that means you can speak in a formal tone, and informal tone. You can repeat yourself without using the same term. You got to use a new word, so you get to like learn something new, right? Or maybe you get some idea from somewhere else, yeah, which is often the case, right? And then you translate it, but you don't translate it in the way that we like from Thai to English. No, you translate from a bunch of information there using those words, but I turn it to my own words and present it as something of my own, right? That's the hard part that people should go for.
Yeah,
Because
it's good. It's actually a good advice. It's actually a very good advice. I can even take that advice now and do it.
like yeah, oh yeah, like some people say out of the blue, right? I know that. I know how to use it because I've seen how people use it. I've used it. I messed up. I use it again. Oh, I'm sure now that I know how to do this. Right? This is the thing about language. It applies to anything. It doesn't have to be English. It can be Thai, it can be Spanish, it can be Chinese. Right?
Yeah,
You
but
gotta try
can you
things
actually
out.
answer the dude's question? He asked, "What does out of the blue means?"
Oh, it's like out of nowhere.
Yeah, you pull that out of your ass. That's another way of saying
Yeah.
out of the blue.
It's like we are talking about something and then you
In
just
certain certain sentences.
You use it unconsciously. That's the thing, right? But that's the thing that comes after a certain period of time where have used the language to such a level that you have reached, or you basically went beyond the intermediate level. Because before that you have to consciously use it, as in like, oh man, I know a bunch of figures and a figure of speech, and this is the exact moment I can use it. Combo, bitch. Right? That's conscious. That's being conscious about what you're using.
Yeah.
But then when you practice well enough, it becomes unconscious. The same way we speak Thai, we use like nam kunให้รีบตักพูดอะไรวะแบบช่างแม่ง like all these things, right? We use it naturally. We don't have to like try to force ourselves like, man, I'm in this situation now. I need to hit the 3-pointer. I got it. Celebrate, right? There's no need for that. It becomes an unconscious thing that occurs in your head. Same way as like a chess player, right? At first, when you start playing chess, you know shit, right? You start like playing these pieces and you get your ass kicked, and then you learn, oh my god, there's so much to learn. Oh my god, that's such a big like list of things I need to remember. And then you reach the intermediate level where you're consciously making these choices, and you know that, okay, this is my time to use this move, this time to use this move. But then when you reach the master level, that's no such thing.
Do it.
It's just muscle memory.
Yeah.
Or this case, it's like language memory. You know what to say. You know what it's gonna sound like, and you know it's good, and you know it's correct. You don't need to like, did I use it correctly? Nah, there's no such thing. It's there, it's done.
Actually, this segue, I like that word. Not the segue. But this segue into one of the point that I had on my list, about those type of videos where they teach you not to use this word. Use this word instead. 10 ways to say no without saying no. And this is exactly what Noel's talking about. This is shortcut to figure of speech. And there is no such thing, because if you want to say no, maybe you can just say no.
Yeah, just say no.
If you want to say thank you, just fucking say thank you.
I think these videos, they don't do it because they're correct. I mean, they are maybe 60% correct, but they're not like 100% correct, but they do it because of clickbait, right?
And if they list like 10 words, that means this word. It like, I think half of it you can't even use it half the time. Like, it's just so annoying. It's so annoying to me. I don't know I don't know about other people. Maybe the member of the audience, if you want to share your experience of like watching video clips like this, do you like them? Why do you like them? Why do you not like them? Can you actually use the words?
I have a reason why people like them. Tits.
What?
Tits.
tits
Tits.
no
Tits sells. Tits sells.
but
You
No,
are
it's true. It's
you are
true.
being a
Tits
little bit too
sells.
specific.
It works though. You
Okay.
look at the views. 10 ways to say no, and then there's like it's a big fucking line there. Like I see that title, but this is way bigger. Let's click on that one. Like
No, it's not even they're not even tits. They're like what ล่องอ่ะมันภาษาอังกฤษมันเขาเรียกว่าอะไรนะ cleavage
cleavage. Yeah, cleavage.
Just cleavage. Okay, there is this one comment that I just saw in YouTube. Horu Noru he said คนมีคำว่าพรในชื่อก็ตั้งชื่อเป็น PORN ไปเลย I think this is like okay, so there was this huge I can't call it movement, but I call it like like so many like people who say that if you have porn in your name, if you write it as PORN, people are gonna make fun of you. Listen to me. I've been working with foreigners for more than 20 for almost 20 years. If people are shit, they're gonna be shit. Normal people don't make fun of your name.
yes
Regardless, you
because
can spell
cultural
it
sensitivity
however
right?
you want. If they are regular people, they won't make fun of your name. If they are shit people, no matter how you do, no matter how you spell your name, they're gonna find things to make fun of you. And they're shit people. And we have like around 5% of shit people in the world population. So just deal with it.
I'm included. I'm just thinking what other Thai name can be translated in a funny way? Porn is good. Jew become a Jew.
Jew
Yeah.
What else is that? Man, it's so much fun.
You're a dickhead, man.
I know.
You're fucking Bruce back.
I love it. But there's some safe name though
ใช่
that
นี่ไง
it
ลงท้าย
translate
ด้วยคำว่า shit อ่ะ
ธนชิตอย่างเงี้ยนะครับวัฒนชิตอะไรว่าไปครับเงี้ยหมอชิตเงี้ยถูกป่ะwhat else is there? Oh yeah, if your name is Jim, right? But in English it'd be Jim.
I mean that's fine
It's Swiss gender. Okay, there you go. Because I guess like no foreigners can say Jim. Is that your wait, are you transgender? Like oh you're not? Okay, it's just Jim.
You're a fucking douchebag.
What else is there? I'm thinking it's good like mental exercise. I'm just thinking porn is a classic one.
But I live in Phuket, right? And the way that we spell Phuket officially
PSU
is
yeah.
like fuck it, man.
Like, fuck it.
Yeah, but that's great. That's it sells.
Fuck it.
It sells. The fuck it like island with everything being so expensive.
Have you ever noticed that this issue only exists with the cultural way that Thai people name ourselves? It doesn't. I mean, Chinese, Korean, and Japanese people don't have this problem. Their name doesn't resemble anything meaningful in English. It's just their name.
I had that conversation with someone who's from Hong Kong, and they're so shocked. I say, wait, are those your fucking nicknames? Objects, cars,
Yeah,
sports,
exactly.
color, and like alphabets.
No, but if you go into a different culture, if you go to Singapore or Hong Kong, they have a very creative way of spelling names. You've seen that, right? They have like different way of trying to spell like Christian name. They would change certain like alphabet. Yeah, it's like it's interesting. Actually, have you seen this post? I think it was like like a week ago or something when there was this girl who was trying to teach her boyfriend Thai and then posted on Twitter.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Do you know that girl actually works for The Verge?
Really?
At least she used to work for The Verge. She was a presenter on The Verge video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was like, I saw her because I already followed her on like Twitter. like 2 years ago or something. It was like, oh, it's a small world. Like this, it's a small world. It's a figure of speech, and it should come out naturally.
Yeah, it's really natural. Yeah, it's a small world.
Yeah, actually, this I find this phrase quite interesting because when you want to say it's a small world, you want to say โลกมันกลมใช่ป่ะ And do some people say the world is round? Is there that?
No, there's no there's no figure speech like that.
There's some guy who says the world is flat though.
What?
Okay.
What? Flat world, flat earth.
Yeah. The flat earth one. Yeah. That was good. I love it.
If you just want to piss people off, we can just say it's the world is round. It's a flat.
Yeah, around the globe, right?
Yeah.
You know, just say around the world. Like, just saying it being around.
Okay. Noel, as an educator, how would you rate my English?
It's good. Yeah, nothing to worry about. But a lot of people, especially like Thai, they tend to have an accent, especially those who are like, you know, I'm not saying it's like I'm not, because like here's the thing, right? It does like I try to sound like, you know, as American as possible because I grew up with it. But it doesn't matter how well your accent, or at least how convincing your accent is. It's acting. It's never going to reach the native level. Never. Right? I had a conversation with an American guy in China before. It's like, oh my God, your English is perfect. You know, it's like, you sound very American. Like, okay, if you close your eyes, would you notice? Like, yeah, I would. 100%. I say, oh, so it doesn't matter how well I like phrase it. I make it like sound as like native as possible. But, no, doesn't matter. You don't sound American to me. You're close, but never gonna reach it. Right? So,
can you at least sound Canadian to him?
I sound British to American, and I sound American to a British person. So that's what happens. We tend to
accent.
We absorb it from different places, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you notice with the way you two speak, it's quite similar. You tend to go up like a tone, right?
Yeah. Actually, I was gonna come back to that.
What you think? I believe that, but you know that in this kind of way, and you're gonna constantly upspeak like that, like, you know.
Yeah, actually, this was the point that I was telling you about before. So I work in the UK based company. So a lot of my colleagues are from the UK, and he was telling me that the way that I speak English is that I have too many tones, like so many tones. If I keep it a little bit more monotone, I would actually sound a little bit more native. But I can't. It just goes up and down.
It's
like
you can try the Indian accent. Or the Indian accent is one of the best accent to say to wherever. I love it. It's like the way the dog in its English accent.
I went to school in India. I went to school in India for 3 years.
I noticed that you have some semi
really
Indian accent.
Semi-Indian?
Yeah, you do. You have some bit of it.
Okay.
It's see through. Because I make fun a lot of, like, you know, a lot of time.
You're a fucking douchebag.
Yes.
It's the best accent. It is like Indian accent, and the way they speak, and then the way they talk, and like, you know, like you said before with the T. They don't say talk. They say with like like a little talk with add a little salt on it. It's like there's a little spice in the speech.
Okay, but to be serious, serious.
Yeah.
For Thai people who makes fun of Indian accent, just know this: they speak English 1,000 times better than you.
And they make sense.
And apart from I think native English speakers, most of the time they don't even. I think they would struggle to understand Australian accent more than Indian accent.
Or Scottish.
Oh God! Don't. Like, Scottish is one thing. Irish just works.
Irish is
Really?
one. I totally agree with you on that, because especially when they are out of their country, because Scottish people tend to be more self-aware that.
Oh, so they're soften their accent, right?
But Irish is like, Irish is totally something. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot
here.
We have an office in Belfast also, so you know I deal a lot with Irish, and I mean, and people from Belfast and from Dublin, they don't speak the same, right? I mean, But I mean, even people from northern England, I think, like Newcastle, Liverpool, Manchester, to an extent, their accent can be quite strong as well. For me, yeah.
I don't think it's the hardest thing about English accent is their accent, but I think their slangs. It's just weird. Some slang I just never heard, and then it
The
just
British
doesn't.
people likes to use them instead of the like them boys and
Look at them boys.
yeah, look at them boys. They like to do that, and all of them do that.
Yeah.
So it's wrong, and they know it's grammatically wrong, but they do it anyway because it's their language.
I mean the way we speak Thai, we don't do it correctly all the time, right?
Yeah.
No, we don't. Okay, the rules with English is the same, right? For example, you don't say, okay, when you go to a supermarket, right, and you go into like the well, it's not the aisle, like the counter where it says 5 items or less, right? 5 items or less. That's incorrect. It needs to be 5 items or fewer.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, but they use less. Why? Because one thing, less
it's a shorter word
to like
spell.
print out. It's shorter to spell, and people just use it anyway.
Yeah.
We people don't give that much of a shit about grammar unless it's like it's
official,
just
formal.
It's just obscenely. Like blatant. Like it's just blatant enough to make it change the meaning of the entire phrase or sentence you're saying. But if you say something, even though it's grammatically incorrect, but you can mean it the same way, it works.
Okay, there is this another interesting question. แล้วคำว่าเกรงใจภาษาอังกฤษแต่ละคนแนะนำให้ใช้คำไหนแทนเกรงใจบ้างครับถ้าเกิดว่า
There's no such thing though.
So if you go into the chat box in YouTube, right, there are quite a few people discussing about this.
Right. I think Ajahn Adam already did a video on this, right? I think I've seen it before.
So for me, I think the word เกรงใจ I think เกรงใจ in a sense is kind of Thai, but in another sense
เอานะเกรงใจไม่ดีหรอกเกรงใจ
but I mean to be honest, there is such thing as being tactful. So that's kind of
I disagree. I don't think we don't have 100%.
It's not 100%.
We don't have the thing with English language is that it steals a lot.
Yeah,
right? It steals a lot. For example, สะใจ สะใจ
Yeah, there are phrases expressing that, but there is no word.
There is, but they steal it from German. They steal it from Deutsch. It's called Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude? They just use Schadenfreude?
Yeah, they just use Schadenfreude.
But I don't even know what it means.
Yeah.
They do use Schadenfreude a lot. This is an official word used in this case. Yes. Trust me on this. They do.
That's interesting.
Or like machismo, right? For something like very masculine, right? Honcho, head honcho, right? Which means boss. Honcho is Japanese. Same thing, right?
So English, they can steal เกรงใจ too, right?
We don't have a เกรงใจ. English doesn't have like a เกรงใจ.
Yeah, so they can steal it.
Yeah, they can totally say, let's เกรงใจ. Oh yeah, they don't have teep. Teep.
Like
teep.
kick?
No, it's not. It's not
kick is not teep, right? Kick is เตะ, right?
Kick is kick. Yeah, teep is teep. That's the reason why in boxing, like if you are like a UFC or like mixed martial artist in the US, they would call that move teep. They don't call it kick.
So they just call it like ทับศัพท์ Thai, like that?
They would just say like oh my god, with that teep. Oh my god, it's so hot. They say that.
Wait, they say that?
Like yeah, they now say that. Oh well, he got him with that teep. Oh look at that, he's groaning. They say that shit. That is katom, right? Katom also like they use the word katom for like
has no word for it in English.
No, it just say katom. Hey, you tried katom before? Yeah, it's something great, like it just it just wash me with just this cool breeze over my body before I just passed out. They just say it. They say katom. They say teep.
Yeah, but
right?
the thing is because in their cultural context, there's no such thing as obvious as teep, right? I mean,
it's a different move. Like kick like that, that's fine. But teep like that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Or at least they just use the word kick for it instead. They didn't distinguish between these two.
Yeah.
Same thing with like, for many, all right, for example, like there's many other languages in the world that have specific words for a specific situation. For example, you ever had that like instance where you're gonna walk towards someone and then you move in the same direction?
Yeah.
That awkward moment. Actually, I think it's like in Polish language, they have a word for that, specifically for that.
Right.
I think the same thing with เกรงใจ. English doesn't have a specific word for เกรงใจ because the way we use it is not like, oh, it's considerate. I'm being thoughtful about you. Like ไม่เอาเกรงใจ oh ไม่เอา
No, but considerate is not เกรงใจ
the same.
Okay, I've got an English word. It's an easy word. And I want to know from your point of view, is there a Thai word for it? The word is respect.
นับถือเคารพ
Is there a Thai word that actually means respect in English?
You mean respect in the
respect in
like
what context? Like
in what context? Yeah.
I mean, as in you respect another person. You just respect him as he is another human being.
เคารพนะ I think เคารพ the word.
But kaurop has a sense of seniority in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we're Thai, we that's our Asian shit. Where seniority is like the biggest thing here. It's like, you're old, therefore you must.
Our culture, respect always comes with other qualities. Like it could be academic, it could be seniority, it could be anything. But do we have a word that actually means respect?
In the true sense of respect, right?
Yeah, in a full sense.
I don't think we have the exact word. I think it's the same with like sorry and apologize, right? Why do we need two words?
Why do people say excuse me when they want to say something? Like people get confused with excuse me and
sorry, apologize.
Yeah.
Right?
And excuse me depends on the situation. It's like, oh, excuse me, like excuse me. Right, that's a different context now, and I would say like there's a different kind of way we're gonna say that. I think it comes down to culture. Like, we have this respect for elders, but the respect in the Western culture is more about individual, like respect in terms of I respect you equally as the way you respect me, right? But in the Black culture,
respect someone because of their work or their ability, right?
Yeah, respect as an individual, not because you're senior. I just respect you for what you do.
Yeah.
Which is different here. We don't really say like, oh man, I respect for what you do, man. It's like, not really. It's like we would just say, เฮ้ยชอบว่ะ We would say we like it. It's like เฮ้ยเฮ้ยไอ้เหี้ยกูแม่งแบบยังไงวะไม่ใช่ปลื้มอะไรวะเฮ้ยนับถือ We don't say that. เฮ้ยเจ๋งว่ะ
In some
sense,
we
just call it like, that's cool, that's fantastic. We don't really say เคารพ or respect, right? Because that's more reserved for seniors, for people who are older than us, our parents, grandparents, teachers. Because in the Western world, they don't give a shit about that.
I think that's one of the mistake of like the traditional way people teach language, not just English, but like any language, because every language has this vocab that doesn't directly translate into another word in your own native language, right? But the book or the whatever teacher will try to teach will try to find like the easiest and simplest way to translate it, to match it. And it doesn't quite directly like do the job, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't.
I mean, if you want to discuss it like deeper meaning, like you have to put that word into a full context and say which situation is appropriate with that word.
Okay, now it's time to take my first sentence.
Right.
So I want to ask you both a question.
Sure.
As educators, I don't know how familiar you are with the traditional way of teaching English right now in schools, but I mean, I'm going to ask anyway.
Right now or 20 years ago, because 20 years ago,
do you call it maths or math? Maths, right? American is
you mean
math.
with S or without S,
with
right?
S or without S?
I think math with S is more British, but just math is more American.
Okay. Anyway,
just math.
Maths.
Yeah,
okay.
Just math.
So, okay, as educators, how do you feel about the way that we teach English in Thailand.
It's shit.
Noel, you want to go first or do I go first?
Yeah, you go first. You go
I
first.
can go first.
You go first.
I think
No,
it's
just
not
don't-
the
don't
it's not the
first.
problem that only we as a Thai people suffer. I think all of the Asian countries and maybe the countries that doesn't have a lot of native speaker like walking around, like Japanese or Korean, they have as or Chinese, they have it as bad as us. Like English is being taught by a non-user. Let's put it that way. So if you have a non-user teaching English, they're gonna teach it in a way that people don't actually use it. But I mean, we do quite a good job at teaching people to memorize vocabs, right? And the way that we teach grammar kind of makes sense. I mean, the rules are correct in the textbook and stuff. I mean, if you don't go with the really bad textbook, that examples are really bad. Like, I mean, most of the time it works. And Thai people are kind of strong with how grammar is being used. And another thing that kind of we can consider ourselves like kind of lucky is that grammar structure of Thai language and English are kind of similar.
Yeah, just have
in
to
the
work
sense that
backwards.
you go subject, verb, and then object, right? I mean, we do have differences in the way that we put adjective after the noun, and English do it the other way. We put
No,
adjective
English
before
does
the
it too.
noun, right?
It does it too, but it depends on how you use it.
Yeah, and the I think the thing that we have it most difficult is that we don't have tenses. Like
Yeah, we
it doesn't
add words.
ingrain in our mindset that you need to think of a language when you use verbs with tenses. Like it doesn't like we don't naturally do it that way. We specify time of things happening at the end of each language. Like ไอไปตลาดเมื่อวานไอไปตลาดพรุ่งนี้จะไปตลาดพรุ่งนี้ something like that. We don't like I will go, I went, or I have gone to. Like we don't think of the verbs that way. So I think that's the only our disadvantage in understanding English.
Actually, if we want to say I went to the market yesterday, we would say in Thai ฉันไปตลาดมาเมื่อวาน
ใช่ which ไป
แม่ง
is
โคต
like
รงงเลยนะ
infinitive,
เว้ย
right?
เหี้ยมีทั้งไปมีทั้งมา
ใช่อ๋อใช่ใช่ true that. But again, like our verbs are infinitive. It's only like verb one, right? In our
Actually,
language.
for general population, for general people, like for most of what we talk nowadays, if you want to structure sentence, if you want to like if conversationally, when you speak English, you just don't use present tense that much, because we talk about things that happen. It's all past tense,
Yeah, so it's past. Yes.
or past, or like certain forms of past tense. We talk about things in the future. It's all future, like will and
Yes.
those stuff, right? The only time that you use present tense is like when you do everything every day, or when you want to say something that is a fact. That's all. Just for anyone who's watching, like most of the time when you speak English in past tense, like most of the times.
Right.
Yeah,
But I mean,
that's what I feel. I'm not sure if it's correct or not, but that's
No, it's good.
It's
No, it's
correct,
right. It's
right.
great.
but
yeah.
one more thing that I want to add is that maybe if you think of learning English as a Thai, maybe we don't have the hardest like starting point. you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I mean, if you're Chinese, right? I mean, Thai and Chinese grammar are kind of similar in the sense of sentence structure, but Chinese is not a spelling system. Chinese is a character system that you memorize. Like
Memorize.
yeah, each letter means each word. So spelling is a foreign concept to a Chinese, right? Unless like I don't know, education these days do they teach pinyin first? Oh, I don't know. And Korean and Japanese is like a totally different grammatical structure. Like they have like subject, object, and then verb, and then it's like confusing to them. And then the way they pronounce each syllable is way different than English. Like we kind of have most of the way to pronounce all the English like syllables, right? But if you go to like Korean people or Japanese people, like sometimes like they say like
Fish.
conveni, right? Like convenience
Fish.
store, they don't have the V sound. They cannot.
Would you like
The
to
best
eat
they can do is the B sound.
Yeah, it's the same.
Fish.
Same with English doesn't have ngongu.
Ah
Fish.
yeah,
Fish.
P
peach peach
peach
peach no peach peach
like
fish มันคือ fish
fish yeah
คนเกาหลีไม่มีตัว F ไงฮะ
yeah but I think the pronunciation problem with Thai people is that we don't have ตัวสะกด that have like more variety than like แม่กลแม่กดแม่กล
I think our language is very structured. It's like it's very limited. It's I don't know the words, but we actually have rules for every pronunciation that we have. There is and by rules I mean วรรณยุกต์ and สระ and การอ่านตัวสะกด right
and bunch
but
of exceptions
I'm sorry
and bunch of exceptions after that
but I mean all of them are written rules they're kind of rules but when you speak about English it's I mean they can't even write all the rules of how to pronounce things in English right
yeah but like I mean it's really hard for a foreigner to learn Thai when they meet the word like sand like Sai doesn't use soso at all. It's like Toro and then it's pronounced like
I would say it's kind of like Pharaoh when it's PH. I would say it's the same like that.
Yes. Yeah, it's the same. It's like PH is like F. But there are a lot of times that PH is pronounced as F, right? But for the word Sai, is there any other incident that Toro together is pronounced as Saw in Thai?
ทราบ
ใช่ไหม right
I think it has to be combined with สระอาหรือเปล่านี่มีน้องบอกว่าrule said Japanese also have no V so said very good they said very good so but it's funny right because I don't know if Japanese has a W because in Thai we translate V into W but I mean what he said is in Japanese they translate V into B
yes
so that's quite interesting
Japanese has W is wa wait wo I think the letters the hiragana has the wa sound
so okay so is W correct
W no
W
no
because I have been preaching this for a very long time right if I remember it correctly BMW at one point used to spell the Thai brand as W
บอลออีวอ
but now they've changed it to BMW already
W right
yeah now they've changed it already
the W thing is only Thai thing only only Thai people did that
I think I've heard once in a YouTube video or something that some people call the letter W but maybe it's just the faster way of saying W but for the audience out there just W don't be afraid to say W it's a little bit longer but it's most of the time correct
I think it's easier I mean okay wait what was the question again you said like
what the question was what do you think about Thai system teaching English
I think it's all right okay the thing is I was studying this because I have a lot of like issues with it not because it's that bad but it's more like the culture we cultivated as time goes by because the thing with English speaker or people who want to learn English or any other language right is you need to try and use it but what happened is that in the classroom the thing they teach you is like okay these are the grammatical rules you need to learn actually they've been shifting from grammar to like the use of language in everyday life more so than before
okay
but the thing is a lot of kids have issues with wanting to get everything right right and they need to get everything correct ต้องถูกทุกคำ they need to understand every word they need to understand they need to make sure that everything is just perfect right and if it's not they just play it safe right so the easiest way to get the full score to make sure there's nothing wrong is to go for the simplest sentence structure. I like that. I think so. I think you should do that. Like, there's simple stuff. There's no risk to take because they don't get awarded for risk taking. They get punished, right? They get punished for that. Oh, that's incorrect use of the term. So if that's the case, right? If I'm being like, I'm being scowled, I'm being like, having some kind of voucher that just looking at me and making sure that, hey, if you make one mistake, I'm going to make fun of you the rest of the class, right? And they're afraid of that. They're just scared shitless of that idea. Yeah, we're being made fun of in class because they said something wrong. So you have two choices. Either you say something simple and make sure it's 100% correct because there's no way to go back, like, to go wrong with something easy, or you don't say anything.
Couldn't agree
you don't say
more.
anything.
Couldn't agree more. Another way of saying I think so is couldn't agree more.
And you
true
know
that.
what's also another thing is a pet peeve of mine is the idea that the only way or the best way to learn English is to learn it from like a pure English speaker. Like you need to learn English in a scenario that's 100% English. Basically, learn through immersion. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you immerse yourself in this culture of English. There's English everywhere. There's an English teacher here and there. There's always speaking English in class. If you're from a Thai school with an EP program, right? Well, English program is EP program anyway, so EP is English program. You're fucked, right? when they just plop you into class that just before it was like Thai, like half Thai, half English. But when you got plopped into a pure English class, you are fucked because you either adapt or you give up. Because you haven't been in that situation before. The big change from half Thai, half English, like when I talk to you, if I speak to you in pure English, most people would just turn off, right? Because like I don't understand 100% what you're saying, and if I can't 100% understand 100% what you're saying, I can retain the information. I get something wrong, I'm not confident enough to respond to you, I'm gonna shut down. I'm just gonna pretend like I understand you. But I think because kids want to understand 100% of what the teacher is saying, but they couldn't, right? Because it's changed from half Thai, half English. ทุกคนเข้าใจนะครับ everyone understand. Half Thai, half English. I have something to compare. But when you're in class, and I just speak like this. I'm a native speaker. Let's say I came from like Australia. I came from Melbourne, right? Just straight there from there down here. Got a Thai wife, and now I'm teaching English in some international school, right? Yeah, I like some Thai pum pum. Thai pum pum is great.
You can always incorporate your douchebagness into everything, huh?
Like Thai pum pum is good. Like Thai pussy is just the best. Like Sweden men love Thai pussy. And you just plop in there, and they just start speaking English to these bunch of fucking like tan-ish kids who have never seen like a foreigner speak to them in such a formal way before. They're not going to be able to adapt. It's just something foreign to them. It's some weird shit. This is like now, but somehow that's okay. Somehow that's okay. Imagine you go to Chinese school, right? And then you just plop into class and they speak all Chinese. Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody will say, like, yeah, I don't understand the word you're saying, right? I need to like try to adapt to it, but not here. English, no, full English. Get in there and understand it, right? It's the best way. Immerse the shit out of it. Be in there. Just get close to it. Absorb the English like some fucking osmosis shit. Absorb it through your skin. Get into your head. This is I'm a sensei. When you speak English in such a native way, I will be able to do so. Yeah. That's wrong. You can't do that. You cannot do that. That's not how it works.
Okay, let me fix you a little bit. You can't do that to a total beginner. You can do that to people with a little bit of basics, right?
No. You cannot. Or at least only some will survive.
Okay, that's why you need to choose student before putting them into that class. You can't just put anyone into that class, right?
Actually, the thing is, they made studies about this. They made studies about how kids respond to an all English class versus a bilingual class, right? As in the teacher who's like, ทุกคนวันนี้เราจะเรียนภาษาอังกฤษนะครับ everyone we're gonna be learning English today. เดี๋ยววันนี้เราต้องเขียนรายงานกันนะครับ we're gonna write an essay today. Like immediately translating what you're saying, half English, half Thai. they made studies upon studies upon studies of this, and I read through like I think like 3 of them just because I want to make research about the video I'm doing. And what I got, because it's okay, personal story. He said I got pissed off at a parent who was like กูมีไอ้พ่อแม่คนหนึ่งเนี่ยที่ให้เด็กเรียนกูเนี่ยแล้ว I try speaking English like completely like just 100% English.
Mm-hmm.
They can't survive. They just can't survive. They just cannot like respond in
Right.
kind. So I need to adapt. I need to just tone it down. I need to like okay พูดภาษาอังกฤษกันบ้างไทยบ้างนะ and then คุณแม่เอาคลาสออกเลย
Because it's not completely native.
Like that. Why? Because it's not native. I thought it's going to be native. And and then you learn from native speaker, you gotta bet. Fuck you, bitch. Okay, right? Just listen to this. I got pissed off so much that I need to research on like research papers, scientific research. Hey, does this work? Does bilingual work better? And guess what, cunt? I was right. I was right 100%.
That's a very bad word. That's a very bad word.
She deserves it. Anyway, I researched it, and what it says is that if you learn in the bilingual program for English, right, not only do you enjoy it more, because the teacher responds to you immediately,
It's more
you don't have
productive.
to always open a fucking dictionary to say, what's this word? I don't understand. What? Okay, it's too fast. I can't. Like, can you slow down? No, you can't repeat. You can't. It's gone. To finish. It's done. But if it's in bilingual, I get to respond to you, understand what you're saying, right? I don't need to slow down because you say English, like in a phrase and then a tie another phrase.
Friendly environment. It's a friendlier environment.
Friendlier environment. They're more willing to learn, and their scores improve.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Their score improve across the board.
I think a lot of people just don't understand that if you are in Thailand, it's different. If you I know that if you go abroad, if you go to other countries, it would be all English. But if a child or anyone is put into a different country, I think the sense of survival kicks in.
Oh yeah.
And
fight or flight.
It's different. It's fight or flight, and they have to. There is no bilingual there, and if they don't understand, they're just not gonna understand. So
or they sacrifice their mother tongue for another language. That's what happens. If you see a kid, right, like เด็กไทยเนี่ยที่ไปเรียนต่างประเทศ right, like go to like America or
Like
Britain.
suddenly just move there.
Yeah, just move there for like 10 years. They cannot speak lick Thai, right? Or they come out like ผมว่าก็มันเป็นเรื่องที่ก็ perfectly fine นะครับผมว่าผมก็concept นี้ผม understand.
Sometimes I do that just to piss people off.
I do that all the
like
time.
You can speak Thai.
Yeah. Pretend that I don't speak Thai very well. I just do that to piss people off sometimes.
I did that to taxi drivers all the time. I pretend like I'm English, and they just like they didn't press the meter. And it's like พี่กดเลยโอเคครับได้ครับเนี่ย like that. อย่านะเฮียอย่านะ
Okay. So how long have you guys spent your time outside of Thailand? Like, how long were you there?
Noel is probably none. He's in Thailand all his life.
I'm in Thailand all my life.
Fuck, and you have the best accent.
Yes, that's why I'm saying to anyone who's like, "Oh, immerse yourself." No, get fucked. You don't need to immerse yourself by going there. You just stay here and learn. You just interact, right, or listen to something. But that takes time. It takes forever to do so.
Can you do Boston accent?
What, Boston? Oh my god! It's like they use a lot of like the word. Get out of the fucking road, car, you stupid. Like they have like this kind of very rough. You fucking cunt, like
That's like Boston mob.
Yeah, I love Boston accent. I love what you call. There's so many accents though. Italian, right? Like New York Italian,
like mafia.
Mafia. Like,
Mafia
what do you think? Like stuff like that. But Indian is my go-to. Indian is like the best.
You're just a
accent the whole
douche.
time.
You're just like you're fucking douchebag.
I have Indian friends and I use Indian accent with them. Like, what do you think about it when I speak English in accent with you? But they don't speak English with Indian accent. They speak with British
Proper
accent.
British accent.
But I speak to them in Indian accent, and they got pissed off too. But it was fun. It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was fun. I love it. It's the best. Oh, Chinese. You like fuck me, huh? Like like that kind of stuff. Oh no, that's Vietnamese. The Vietnamese is more like that.
Yeah.
Tim,
But actually, if you get immersive, right? You will be afraid. You'll be less afraid when you speak English. You can actually don't be afraid to invent words. Also, don't be afraid to invent words. Okay, like what I said before, douchebagness. There is no such word in English.
But people use it.
But people use it.
Yes.
So if you're confident enough, just if it makes a little bit of sense, just use it.
They make a shit word like woke, whiteness, blackness. What else there?
But
there's
woke
so many
is an actual word.
No, in the new context.
Okay.
Yeah,
but they use like an existing word to like, put a new meaning into it.
Yeah. So okay, so
I just hate woke people. That's all. I just hate woke people.
I am woke.
Fuck you, bitch.
I am half woke.
I can't stand it. It's too like Black Lives Matter, and you just make your profile pic black for 2 days, and then you're back to not giving a shit and just eating cereal.
That's people following trends. They're not truly woke.
That's even worse. You say truly woke. Don't say that. It's just,
yeah, like I mean, we live in a world full of hypocrites and pretentious.
Pretend like they care.
Yeah. That's why
it's not.
I just say fact. I don't give a shit. I just say fact because I don't get this. Like hey, good question, right? Question. I always wonder this, and it's something I like to ask because but I don't have a black friend, so I don't really get to ask that. And what, how black do you have to be to say the N-word? Okay, how many percent?
I think you just have to look black enough, and it's fine.
So wait, it's aesthetic? It's purely what if I burn my skin? What if I look black because I tan myself to the point where I just look dark? I'm a like dark chocolate looking like Noel now.
I think if you're friends, that's fine, as long as you're friends. As long as you know each other.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count because if I say like nigger to another friend, they're not black. They don't give a shit. But I mean, like, how black can you be to be like socially acceptable
in public
to say nigger with impunity? It's like, hey, what's up, nigga? Like, how black do you have to be to say that?
I think at least you have to be half black and look black. You can't be.
Why can't you be quarter black? Why can't you be quarter black?
Okay.
Why 50?
When people judge you, they're not gonna see your birth certificate, right? They're not gonna see like what nationality your mother and father come from. So it's gonna be what you look like on first glance.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're judging people based on the color of their skin.
Yeah, sure, of course, man.
Yeah, that's bullshit. And then people say like, "Oh, I'm not racist," but then you say, "Oh, you can't say that. Why? Because you don't look black." Oh, fuck you, then. That's racist shit. It's basing on colors.
The most obvious sense that we have is sight. So you judge everything by sight first, always.
Oh, okay. What if I'm in a crowd of like blind people? I sound black. I'm not black. I'm actually an Asian guy.
You're not only racist, you also discriminate against disability.
I don't care because I make fun of everybody. No one's safe. I don't give a shit. No one is safe. No one is safe. You don't get to have a safe space just because like, oh man, I'm black and I'm crippled, and I'm gay. Like, I don't give a shit. I make fun of you all the same. It doesn't matter who you are.
ตอบคำถามคอมเมนต์หน่อยไหม
ได้
นี่ก็บอกคนไทยพูดอังกฤษเน้นทุกพยางค์แบบที่ครูฝรั่งชอบตำหนิว่าไม่ดีตกลงควรแก้ไขเรื่องนี้ไหม Do you see this comment
อะไรวะการที่คนไทยพูดอังกฤษเน้น Actually, like I think most like English teacher wouldn't give a shit about that. Anyone who said so is either pressured คืออาจจะมีคนแม่งแบบว่าแบบกดดันนะแบบคุณครับเราอยากให้เด็กเนี่ยพูดภาษาอังกฤษที่แบบว่ามีคำบรรยายมากขึ้นคุณช่วยส่งเสริมเขาได้ไหมกูชัวร์อะไรส่วนใหญ่ไม่เป็นอย่างนั้นเลย I'm pretty sure คือแบบ British like English teachers don't care they don't care
as long as you make sense
yes they care more about how you think hey if I say this phrase how can you interpret in what ways hey when you read this book or this poem what do you get out of it they care about that they want you to care about that
but if you ask is it true or not it's true but it's the same with foreigners come to Thailand and they are always gonna be like most of the time more right than us if they are good enough
ผมพูดภาษาอังกฤษพูดภาษาไทยได้นิดหน่อยแล้วผมจะพยายามพูดให้ชัดๆ like they say that
yeah they say that it's the same and
I don't want them to change though I want them to do that that's great
okay this is a funny thing if you are
I want them to do that
I'm spending my time in service industry I mean I've worked in hotels for like forever I used to work in hotel for like 15 years before I quit and this is what I observe if you are a foreigner and you speak Thai like for a few like if you only can speak Thai a little bit people tend to like you but once you speak too much Thai people will start to hate you
why because you know too much
yeah you start to like oh I can't gossip around you this shit he knows oh my god
yeah and if you're not a YouTube personality if you're not internet famous just even if you speak Thai just pretend that you don't speak Thai and people are gonna love you
I don't think that works only for Thai people I think it's
they're just gonna fuck you like crazy and you're not gonna have any idea okay
yeah
so what was the second topic that I had I was like talking about consuming news and information do you think this is a limitation to us Thai people who not well like who don't know English very well is it a barrier is it a obstruction to consume news
definitely yes I mean if you don't know enough I mean to be honest English right because English is the language that contains most information in the world everything technological anything new anything advanced anything deep is mostly exists in the form of English language so if you don't speak it you don't read it and you don't understand it you are not gonna have access to that kind of information right so your best chance is to wait for someone to translate it into the language that you know and then you consume it from that point which is kind of limited right
yeah and I also think that a lot of information that's been translated into Thai is done in an excerpt way as in they picked certain things that they like and then they translate and I have always felt a little bit like strange I mean for a lot of articles that we see on Facebook every day and then they would say they would have some clickbait title or image and then they would say this and this and this and then they don't even cite the fucking URL they only sometimes put where you can find it so you have to dig deep and
dig deep
dig deep yeah it's too deep that's what she said that's what she said
so you are saying they are biased right
yeah there are bias and I think
sometimes contain misinformation
a lot of because when you put things out of context the same sentence can mean totally different can mean totally differently or different
yes that's fine
sometimes I get confused yeah it was like Okay.
Yeah,
I think I ran out of my topic already.
but I
So I
mean,
think
isn't this like the very purpose of I think the benefit of learning English is not to like speak with people because in a lot of circumstances you don't get to speak with people every day, right? Unless you work a certain job or you live in a certain area or something like that. But I think
or you have like a foreigner for a spouse.
oh yeah, sure, that
Like a foreign, like foreigner husband.
yeah.
All right, yeah.
But
Usually a husband. I don't see much foreigner wife.
but I think the benefit that we get most out of it is to consume information. Like if you know English, like I said, you would be able to access books,
Everything.
articles, videos, people talking about stuff that are not translated into your language yet. And then the world is, I mean, at your toes, right? I mean,
and
you
you
can,
toes?
and
At
you
your
won't
fingers?
think that the earth is flat.
yeah,
Yeah,
True.
that too. That's a trade-off, right? That's my philosophy as well. I said everything's a trade-off. There's no such thing as perfectly good, perfectly bad. You gotta get something out of it,
Yeah.
right? At
Yeah.
least the COVID with all this shit happening, we have less people, and like the corals is much better now because not much like pollution has been done to it, right? That's some good in it.
Yeah.
That's some good in it.
Also, people dying.
Silver linings.
Silver lining, yes.
Yeah, silver lining is always there, right? But the thing is, like, if you learn English, you learn about every concept that ever existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's the
because
thing about
everything gets translated into English like anyway.
yeah, immediately. Even and with that access to information, you know way more. For example, like I hate this when I have like with people just use words like liberalism, socialism, and capitalism.
And they don't understand it completely.
They have no fucking clue what they mean.
Yeah.
Right? And it pisses me off because like, oh my god, capitalism is destroying the world. Like you're living in one. You're living in one,
Yes.
bitch.
To some degree, yes.
Do you know
No, you're living in one.
Unless you're from North Korea.
Have some gratitude, you fucks. All right. This is a system that is least murderous. Yeah.
Can you believe that every time I see right wing and left wing, I actually have to go and look for definition like every time, but I don't even fucking remember.
It changes.
It's okay.
No,
once you look it up enough, you
all
know.
the time. It changes all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so right wing is what?
Right wing is conservative.
So left wing is more
Is liberal.
liberal.
Not actually liberal is let's say more progressive.
Okay.
No. Liberal and progressive is not the same. No.
I know.
It's not.
Liberal means less control. Progressive is going for things that are newer, right?
Progressive are fucking nuts. Procs are fucking nuts.
Okay, you think abortion is progressive?
No.
No?
No.
Pro-abortion is not progressive?
I think abortion is
liberal is also like for that. I think it depends because abortion, some conservative are for it, but not completely.
Wait, what about
Right.
LGBT? Isn't that progressive?
to me, I think abortion is like basic human rights.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. Progressive
but-
are just hijacking the things that were left wing, right? Progressive nowadays is not the same as before because
but
they keep
I mean-
pushing it.
it's on the opposite axis to conservatism, right?
It's on way beyond it. It went way beyond, more left than liberalism.
Okay,
Way
so
more.
let me ask you one thing. Is UBI progressive?
It's big government.
But
That's
is it
for sure.
a progressive idea,
I think that's more progressive than liberal.
right? I mean,
Because okay, which liberal? Are you talking classic?
no, liberalism like less control by government. That's liberalism, right?
Yeah, that's basically it. That's like classic. Like I'm more of a classic liberal guy.
Like libertarian?
I don't think it's the same.
Okay. Well, that's. I mean, if you want to discuss politics, like there's a lot of spectrum and definition that we have to get right, and I think that's beyond the topic of today, right?
Why not? Wait, we didn't have a fucking topic.
You're asking the wrong
I know.
person, man. You're
What the
asking
fuck?
the wrong
There's
person.
no limit to this shit.
There's no
you
limit?
didn't say anything.
Okay.
You were
Isn't-
talking. We were talking
Isn't it-
bullshit all the way.
Isn't it good that you don't have to moderate him for once?
Yeah. I
You
mean,
can't moderate me. No.
I can moderate him, but yeah, it's always like, okay, never mind.
Like, yeah. Do you have to give up? I'm sorry. This what happened.
I
now.
give up. I give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think having talk like this is fun. It's a little bit contained, and it's like, yeah, it's been quite fun. So do you have advice for people on the call?
I mean, to learn English and stuff like that.
Yep.
I think consuming English for me is the most effective way. I mean, you can learn all the rules and grammars and stuff, right? But if you don't use it, and like you don't have anyone to use it with every day, every single minute, but you can consume media and you can consume English sources all the time. You can read books. You can go out and read books anytime. And the more books you read, the more grammar you pick up, the more vocabs you pick up, the more figure of speech you pick up. You can subscribe Netflix for how many? I don't remember, like 200 baht a month. And you have infinite English to listen to with subtitles if you need that. Right? YouTube. You can keep watching, and a lot of YouTube's video also have like a good subtitle, the one that's not auto-generated, right? I mean, we're living in 2022 now. You have no excuse. Everyone with an internet get access to unlimited practice of English. There's no deny of that. It's not like early 2000 where you have to go buy English media to consume, right? I mean, every book you read, you got to go buy. It's like, but I mean, it's not too expensive, is it? But same thing today. But internet listening to English is free, basically free if you have internet, right?
Virtually free.
Like virtually free and infinite.
Yeah.
But that's my tips. Just keep watching shows, listen to English a lot, read English a lot, and then you.
Yeah, I agree because
I 100% agree.
okay, why
So
don't I
your
go
point of view,
first?
please?
Because my point will be short because I kind of agree with you more, and then you can share your words of wisdom.
Share your views.
Okay, I mean, I actually would have just said what Tim said, because there are certain things that you pick up along the way when you watch a lot of like TV shows, movies, news. Be just maybe to add on what Tim said a little bit, just be diverse in what you're watching. Look at different things, read different things, look at English from different countries. They don't have to be native speakers. They can be German, they can be French, they can be Indian, and you expand your chance of understanding more people. So that would help in your day-to-day, like conversation and your knowledge in general. And what I do when I watch movies and I find words that I like is I just recite them. I just, like speak back to myself those words, like, like silver lining is the word I learned from TV. Words of wisdom is the word I learned from news or something like that. It's something that you pick up. So pay attention, turn on English translation. Actually, even with YouTube, when that auto-generated transcription works quite well nowadays. So yeah, just try. Watch American variety shows, man. They're fun, like John Oliver or Crash Course. This is one of the channel that I like very much. Simple English. You learn knowledge, you learn other knowledge as well, and you learn English as well.
I mean, for people who start off, that you might want to start with something with everyday English first, like simple shows that people talk about everyday stuff, like Friends, quite old but still classic.
You're talking about BTS guy, right? The BTS guy who learns English from Friends.
Really? There was a BTS guy who learned English from Friends?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know.
The guy who speaks the most English. He said many times that he learned English from Friends.
But
Yeah.
there are some shows that are harder than others, right? I mean, you probably would not want to learn English from like Game of Thrones as your first show, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't watch Romeo and Juliet and understand
Yeah. Or I don't know.
in its entirety.
I mean, do
Yeah.
you know Suits? The law.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I mean,
I
you
love
would
it.
not want to go with Suits, right? I mean, it's a lot of like law jargon.
But I mean, if you're talking about Suits, it's actually if you compare it to other like legal shows, Suit is kind of like
Light
common, like
on the
common English.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's but
Yeah.
still, I watching Suits. I don't know a lot of like vocabulary related to laws.
But I still have this bad habit of turning on English subtitle because I know that even if I don't have the subtitle on, I can understand maybe like 95% of it. But I still keep it on like all the times.
For the sake of it.
Just for the sake of it. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways,
Anyway,
Noel,
what were you gonna say?
The floor is yours.
Yeah, word of wisdom from the master himself. Yes. Get used to the idea of making mistakes. Make a lot of mistakes. Be experimental.
Yeah, but where?
Right.
Like, mom, speak English with me, อย่างเงี้ยเหรอ?
No, you gotta learn with a purpose. What are you learning English for? Yeah, that's the only way for you to learn it for real. Is to know what you're learning it for. If you're learning for IELTS, learn for IELTS. You want to learn to like talk to your husband in English, learn to talk to your husband in English. Right? You don't be greedy. Yeah. Start small with a clear purpose. Right? That's how you motivate yourself. It's same as like working out. มันออกกำลังกาย right? ถ้าแบบออกกำลังกายเฉยๆไม่นานก็เลิก but if you have a purpose กูอยากลดน้ำหนักไม่งั้นเดี๋ยวกูตายวะกูไม่เป็นเบาหวานวะ motivation มาแรง and make mistakes make a lot of mistakes right try it out how well get into class ไปเรียน find a foreigner friend หาเพื่อนฝรั่งเว้ย or find someone that you know to speak English well and talk to them right make mistake with them right there'll be some people who just like speak to you like hey that's a bit wrong like change it to this one it's much better oh okay thanks for that learning from like sources that's what I did anyway like just repeating what is said in any English media like from reading and from listening and from watching things but there's a big but it's a trade-off you run the risk of sounding like a parrot it's not learning
what's wrong with that
well you just repeat it but you don't know what it means two you use it you use it
know what it means right
and it become like you will only shine when the occasion comes to the point oh I can use that phrase now but then when that occasion goes away you're lost right you can't carry on the conversation as well right like
but that only happens when you don't consume enough right you consume only specific source then
you're
are limited
consuming
to that.
it yeah but the thing with sources as you said right most of these things are made for different purposes you need to know what the purpose of that show is as well what kind of language is being used is it like slangish is it old language like my brother started to speak English in try to sound like Cockney like Peaky Blinders yeah he watched a lot of Peaky Blinders yeah
but Peaky Blinder would be really outdated like English right
Tommy I'm gonna fucking kill you Tommy like and he started to say that and it's like yeah no.
maybe he should watch The Crown instead
yeah
or like The Shield Breaking Bad I don't know up to you man
Orange is the New Black
Orange is the New Black watch a lot but then at the same time you gotta try it out you gotta try with someone who knows right that's the same way it's like if you for example I think we tend to overlook the fact that it's a skill and you need to learn from someone who is like a mentor right for example if I learn drums if I have no basic at all and I just learn from like watching I would suck you know why because no one's gonna say to me hey man you're out of like you're out of like not out of tune like out of the time like the timing is not great there's no like you're rushing a bit you're dragging a bit there's no groove in it There's no technique into that. You play feels too much. You got no feedback. You gotta be in an environment that there's feedback,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta put yourself in a situation where there's feedback. If there's no
Feedback is
feedback,
important.
you will be a parrot. มึงจะกลายเป็นนกแก้วเลยถ้ามึงไม่มี feedback มึงก็จะแค่ repeat เพราะว่าไม่มีใครแก้มึง
Yeah,
ไม่มีใคร
yeah,
แก้
and you can also help yourself by telling people that you welcome feedback. Because, I mean, okay, take me for example. I speak English well enough as to a point that people don't really give me feedback. They just wait for me to correct myself. But if you think you want feedback, you can tell your friends to give you feedback when you need one. It's fine. Yeah, ask for help. Don't be
Oh
afraid
no,
to
but
ask.
it would be bullying. It'd be bullying.
Well,
It'd be hurting my feelings.
maybe douchebag like you are surrounded by
Yeah.
douchebags.
You'd be
I
bullying
start to,
me.
like
Oh my god.
suspect that too. But to be honest, I'm surrounding him, so I'll be douchebag too.
Yeah, see, I'm influenced by like the media he gave me. It's his fault. It's not my fault.
You'll be the nicest kind of douchebag.
Yeah, I kill you softly with just criticism. Right? I just stab you a bit, but it's ticklish. It's not sharp.
Criticism is what you said. Thai people are very bad at
Taking
taking criticism, but we are worse in giving one.
Really?
I think so. We don't.
Yeah, it used to be you give criticism and then people mistranslate it to like, oh, you want to attack me, so people, okay, fine, I'm not gonna give it. I'm just gonna stay away.
True that.
It's an overcorrection.
Yeah.
Right? That's the thing. It's overcorrection. But you can criticize. You can give comments, right? I have a friend who is like severely overweight. Right? Severely overweight.
You have to say it's a constructive feedback. It's a white word. It's a white word. Constructive feedback.
Yeah, it's just white trash shit. It's in the eye of the beholder. Like, it doesn't really matter if you call it constructive, right? But if you say something and they view it as like, oh my god, you're attacking me, it doesn't matter what you said. It's just how they interpret it. But sometimes people just have to man the fuck up and say, yeah, bitch, you are fat. You're gonna die soon if you don't fix it, right? And I have that friend, and he has this issue, right? And I had like a heart to heart moment, like how toแบบยังไงต้องแบบยังไงบ้านเราเรียกว่าอะไรวะมันก็แบบพูดไปตรงมาอย่างเงี้ยเหรอ and then I have a heart to moment, and I tell him straightforward, dude, you gotta fucking fix this. You're gonna die soon. I don't want you to die. I want you to stay alive as long as possible. I wanted you to see my kids, my grandkids. But if you go on like this, you're not gonna make it. Please work out, right? But nobody says that. That's the problem. Nobody ever said
the
it.
thing that
to him.
the fact that you said please work out is already constructive, right? I mean, you give advice of what to do. But if you just call him fat, then that's not constructive.
I did.
You did just call him fat, like that's you're fat and then they're done.
I did both. I call him fat and I want him to work
Yeah, and then
out.
that's constructive. I mean the same way if I just call you like you're bad at drums, like, and I stop at that. That's not constructive.
Hey, kid. I'm offended.
Yeah, right? I mean, that's not constructive. I mean, you're bad and that's it. Like, it's no construction there. There's no advice. There's nothing for you to fix.
I would just say you're bad,
though.
like you're a bad person.
Yeah.
I don't think that's. I disagree. I think that's okay. If you say, hey,
just
you're bad at this.
it
Because it makes you think. Like, even though they can't pinpoint that you're bad, but I think it's half your job to pinpoint that yourself. If someone says, "Hey, มึงแม่งกากว่ะ," but there has to be a reason the person said that, right?
Yeah, but
if you're not confident with yourself, it doesn't matter. I mean, if that's the case, okay, I'm gonna investigate myself and try to eliminate my weaknesses, right? Or that you're good enough, right? And not an ego thing. When you're at the master level and someone who's like, they're not really good critics anyway. They give you like comments, oh my god, you suck. It's like, I know I'm not, right? So you can shut the fuck up. You can also do that, right? It's fine.
Okay, sure, but Okay, but okay, I'm just saying that some criticism is not all constructive.
Oh yeah, that's true. I agree because a lot of people say like, man, you suck, just to like hurt you. That's it.
Yeah.
And that intent is the intent, right? It's the intent that I think that counts a lot.
Yeah.
What are you intending to do? Are you when you call someone a hey fatty McFat, bloop de bloop de bloop when you walk, it's the intent is kind of easy. It's like, okay, you want to make fun, right? But if you say, hey man, work out, please. Diabetes is on the way.
I also had that friend once, I think it was like, I think 6 or 7 years ago, I was fat like now. And then he told me that, I just, come on, Tom, you are, okay, this is like, I'm paraphrasing a little bit. So he said, you kind of like a good looking person, but you're just too fucking fat. So
Okay,
it's the correct way. It's the HR way. Always start with something good, right?
Yeah. And then the bad news comes. Yeah.
And then the constructive feedback.
And then good again. Yeah. It's like sandwiches in between.
So you're kind of like a good-looking person, but you're fucking fat. So work out. And I lost 15 kgs that time. But that friend. Yes. That friend is not around anymore. I mean, he's not dead, but he's not around anymore. So I'm fucking fat now, and I don't have the motivation.
You need tough love, right? You need to do that sometime. You gotta like
get fuck hard.
Yeah, get hard, stay hard. David Goggins, will you run? Keep running. Don't think about anything else. People drag you, they're losers. Drop them. Stay hard. Yeah, I love David Goggins. I think it's ridiculous, but I love it. It's just good. It's good for comedy. But you need that. You need some time to make that. บางครั้งนะครับ you have to like look yourself in the mirror อย่างเงี้ยมองตัวเองในกระจกแล้ว you fucking fat bitch. Get workout. Trim it now. Yeah, you gotta do that sometimes to like pump it up and then go to the gym. Right. You need that anger, because it works really well when you're like angry, and you work out and you just like flush it out of the system. And you feel like, I did something today. But then you go there, it's like, I don't want to do it. No. I just want to chill. Yeah. No.
Hey, dude, someone is complimenting my keyboard sound in the comment, man. That is what a 12,000 baht keyboard sounds like.
Oh my God, why does it cost that much?
Everything has stuff that costs this much.
What the fuck? Why?
So the keyboard,
it looks nice though. It looks nice.
Yeah, the keyboard itself is around 6,500, and I think I spent around 6,000 for the keycaps.
Oh wow. God. Why? Oh, I can't judge. It's your thing.
Yeah, it's people have their things, right? It's just that I have so many things. I have the headphone things. I have the keyboard things. I have the guitar things.
Yes.
So I have so many things, man.
Talk about expensive stuff. I recently found out that there's this like Tifa from Final Fantasy. You know? Yeah.
No, but in that range, there's a lot of things. Yeah.
I know, but it's insane that you have a sex doll, right? That looks exactly like that character.
Wait, but why?
Life size.
Why?
What do you mean?
Because material?
Because look at the detail. You can actually. It's literally a human. It looks like a human so much to the point where it's creepy.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
But it's just like the advancement. It went from this. Like, when you just pump air into it and the surprise face blow up doll into Tifa. Into fucking Tifa. You can fuck Tifa now. For real. You can fuck Aerith. You can fuck Ellie from like, Last of Us. You can fuck Diva. You can fuck like Mercy from like Overwatch. You can fuck who else is there?
I mean, if you have enough money, yes.
Yeah, you can fuck that chick from Witcher, right? You can fuck all the video games chick now, and they look just like that. Tight ass pussy.
There is real companion robots now, though, right? they're real now, like robots, companion robots.
Can they blow?
No.
I'm not
And
sure. I'm not
that
sure.
doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That
Yeah,
just
no,
means
no,
shit.
but one day
It's
though,
nothing.
one day.
Yes, if they can blow, right? You have a robot friend.
You mean blow a candle, right?
Yeah, I will invite them to my birthday. I will invite them to my birthday for them to
To
blow
blow
my
candles.
candles. Yes,
Just to
And when-
make just to make it PG.
and they blow it so hard there's cream on their face, right? From the cake icing. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Sure.
See, I can get it back to that. That's my
Okay.
thing.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Yeah.
But I would love to have like not I would love to have, it'd be kind of weird to have a wife, but it's Tifa, it's Tifa. It's your childhood.
There should be a fucking exception for that, right? There should be a fucking exception for Tifa, even if you had a wife.
Yeah, like okay, how realistic is the robot has to be could be considered cheating if you fuck it. Right, yeah. Okay, that's no. It's a philosophical question.
Uh-huh.
It's actually a philosophical question.
I think for some people, just the act of masturbation is already considered a form of cheating.
I mean, if you are super religious, yes.
I mean, like, if that's the case, like if you're masturbating is cheating. You fucking your hand. Your hand is like you make loving to it. You're making loving to your hand. That's sin against God. You cream pie into the air. You cream pie into a tissue. You're wasting life. That's all the semen that could have gone into something else and then create life. You wasted it.
And like I said, if you're religious enough, yes. Right?
I mean, if that's the case. But okay, back to that. How realistic does the robot has to be considered cheating?
And I don't know if you guys know like Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, I know.
It's a game on Steam, and it tackles with this very exact problem. Because in the game of Detroit Become Human, there are robot prostitute.
Yeah, it makes sense though. Why not?
Which plays into the game plot too. I mean, if for anyone who hasn't played it, but
spoilers. You can
Spoiler
fuck
alert.
robots.
but then there are like in Detroit Become Human, it's just robot dudes. It does everything.
Yeah, is that cheating? They're not alive, right? But
I think that's not. I think that's not funny enough. Okay, would you have an exception? Like, if you get to fuck a celeb.
Oh, okay.
Are we
No, a
playing?
robot
Would we
setup?
rather
Just
now?
one person. No, just one person.
Wait. Oh, what are you saying? Like, who would we fuck if like we can fuck a celebrity?
Yeah, if you get one exception, and that's not cheating, who would you fuck?
No, as in like the wife wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
Like, they'll be sharing on the like.
But she also has to go under the like she would have that condition also. She would have the exception also.
I think this game is old, right?
Like
No,
it's
it's classic. It's classic.
yeah, it's classic.
Yeah.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Yeah,
Who do you wanna fuck if you can?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what a lot of people would say though. I have like such great confidence, and I know what people is gonna say.
What?
It's like 40% is gonna say Emma Watson.
Really?
It depends
Yeah.
on demographic though.
Trust me, our age is Emma Watson. Trust me, 40% at least.
I mean, she is cute, but she's not my type. But 60% is still more than 40%. So
Okay, who would you be the one like who would be the honored guest on your bed tonight, for example?
if you ask me now, I think it would be Kelly Cuoco.
Who's
Katie Coco? Wait,
The
I know that.
The Big Bang Theory.
Oh,
The Theory girl.
really?
Penny, right?
Well, I mean, I was gonna say the Heroes girl, Have you watched the show
the
Heroes,
cheerleader?
the cheerleader? But I've met her in real life. I have met her IRL. So I kind of like took that out a little bit because I have too much respect for her.
Okay.
But I would say like Kelly Coco. I like Kelly.
Ah.
But I like Kelly Coco in her like previous years in The Big Bang Theory.
Of course,
Yeah.
because everyone gets old.
Yeah, we always want to fuck the
Oh,
prime.
okay. Okay, but if you want to go older, I would say what's her name? Tina Fey. Like Tina Fey is like my MILF crush.
Tina
Okay.
Fey. Okay. Yeah, no. It's legit. It's a legit choice. It's a legit
Okay.
choice.
I told you mine, you tell me yours.
I just did. I told you already.
What you did?
Emma Watson?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
why
yeah.
not?
Oh, fuck you.
It'll be great. It's just okay. What are you asking for? My MILF choice?
Okay, your MILF choice now.
You're asking for my MILF choice. I would say okay. My MILF choice. My MILF choice. Shit, that's hard. She said.
Too hard?
Yeah. I'm not into MILF though.
Fuck you.
I'm not into MILF. Okay.
what?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. How old is this chick? How old is
I think she can be categorized as MILF.
40
Yeah.
something, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Then for me.
No.
Mew.
Okay.
Mew for me. Okay, Mew is my childhood crush.
Okay. I think that's like legit. Like
That's
very
legit. That's legit. Yeah,
Okay.
Mew is my like celebrity crush when I was young.
Yeah, I mine also. And then we all heard the same story.
Or Tata Young.
Well, I think she's too slim now.
Wait, no. We're not looking at that. We're not looking
It's
at
a
that.
lima condition.
I don't. When you're in
Is it a
bed,
turn off condition?
what are you gonna say? Like,
What?
oh yes, you're mad to see one.
Come
No,
on,
of course not. You don't
it's like-
care.
Your dick is gonna be like cursed forever, huh?
Yellow dick, yellowish dick.
Okay, back to Tim.
Yeah, Tim. Who's
To be honest, I try to think, but then I don't have an answer.
No bullshit. No.
Yeah,
no,
bullshit,
No.
yeah.
Don't
I might be
try it.
bullshit, but really, I can't pick any. I haven't thought about it.
You would say that, from now until the end of time, your wife is like,
Yeah, probably, but unless I can think of something, then yes.
okay, Noel, I agree with you. You're surrounded by douchebag.
See, I told you. Just puss out. What the fuck? I laid out my heart. I said okay, I'll fuck this chick.
Hey, what's wrong with free speech? I can talk about anything I want.
Oh,
No, I could call it pussy out, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say
You can call me
pussy
pussy
speech.
is also
I was
your
gonna
free
say
speech.
pussy speech.
Yeah, that totally is. Come on, just name me one. Give me one like first person come to mind.
Okay,
Like, immediately.
when I can think of one, I'll give it to you, but now I can't.
Who
To be
else is
honest,
there?
I haven't followed celebrities for like many years now. Like
Jessica
I
Alba.
barely know new celebrities.
Jessica Alba.
Oh, she's cute.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Scarlett
definitely not
Johansson.
top. But I can't like.
And
You can throw out any name, but then it's
You know,
not like my one
Fantastic-
choice or something like that, right?
Fantastic Four
Mhm.
is a very bad movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
But I just stayed to watch Jessica Alba.
Mm-hmm.
that scene. Yeah, that scene. The naked scene. Sin City is good.
Yeah, Sin City is good.
Sin City is good.
Oh, I used to like that girl from Gilmore Girls. She was in Have you watched Gilmore Girls?
Oh my
She
god.
was in Sin City also.
Oh, which one? Oh, yeah. Like the one who's
daughter?
like.
Alexis Bledel, I think her name.
Yeah, this is the one who betrayed the group. The one with blue eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, blue eyes. Yes.
Tim,
Yeah,
are you
Jessica Alba, Scarlett Johansson, Emma Watson.
okay, I think Scarlett Johansson is a robot.
No. That's untrue. Marriage Story is a very, very good instance of her acting so well.
Who?
Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story with Adam Driver.
No. I don't mean robot in that sense. I don't mean that she is a robot actor. I think she is a robot because she is like too perfect in everything.
That's great. That's perfect. Like unlimited stamina. Go for it. You never
She's
get
like
tired.
she's like so perfect. Her face, her body. Fuck, man. Like
Yeah, exactly. See, Tim, come on, join in. You can't just sit on the sidelines like,
can-
oh, I
Can-
can't pick. Oh my God, so many choices.
No,
we
but
don't-
it's true. I don't have one name popping out.
is there can I
I
write on Zoom?
Mhm.
I cannot write on Zoom, huh?
Right?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Oh,
I-
the sharing screen.
Can I draw on Zoom?
I think you.
No, I want to draw some pubic hair around your head.
No, you can't.
Filter, the pussy filter.
Don't tell apps or something, but no.
Okay. It doesn't have to be real. It can be a character. Because we can now fuck Tifa. We can fuck Tifa now. Right? That's totally legit.
It's
That's
not
a
like
legit choice.
It's not like there isn't any good one, but like I only get to pick one. You know what I mean, right?
That means there's a lot.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot. And then when I pick something, and then I would like there would be a better one.
Tim,
Okay, name two
you know what I
celebrity
mean?
cast.
Tim, you're fucking greedy. Like, you want a harem.
No,
Right? You want a
no,
harem.
but you want the best answer, right? But then right now I can't like recollect all the memories and give you the fair comparison of everything I can remember, right?
It means that you want a harem.
Okay, would you do Angelina Jolie?
No,
What now? No, man,
To be
no.
honest, no.
Fuck that.
What about Jennifer
no.
Aniston?
Oh,
Like season 1 Friends, like
yeah. Angelina Jolie
no, but
in like Tomb
to
Raider.
be
would be
honest,
fine.
I find her character very irritating.
Yeah, she's very annoying.
Yes,
But
would be a pain in real life, don't you think so?
but I found her quite annoying in the morning show as well. I just think that that's the type of character that she is always written as. Yeah.
Yeah,
She
like
just looked the part.
the hot girl
Yeah.
that get away with things, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
she's hot.
Yes, like many hot girls who just get away with things.
Yeah.
Always. Do hot guys get away with things?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Yeah.
so, yes.
Yeah, I
Oh.
mean, come on, man. Yeah.
Nah, I don't think
You
so.
don't think hot guys get away with things?
No, rich guy gets away with things, not hot guys.
Well, okay, hot guys get a lot of leeway.
Hmm.
Nah, you get
There's-
called pig. You get called pig, and then you get swarmed by the feminists, and you're fucked, right? But and like a hot chick, that's no manness here. There's no masculineness around this area. It's like, oh my god, this bitch. Like, no, it's like, oh my queen.
Are you maybe you're talking about the woke world we're living right now? We're living in
Yes.
right now.
Exactly. Like the dudes can't get away with it because some fat shit was said like, well, he won't fuck me, and he's a pig, so therefore he sucks. Done, right? But if you're a hot chick, you got simps everywhere who will just
Yeah, but
defend you to
Again,
death.
don't you have like the non-sims? That
You think they outnumber the sims?
they
I mean, the one who
they
care.
might be outnumbered, but they're not out effort.
Sim it will outnumber the ones who care to
Ah.
disagree. That's all. People who may disagree but don't give a shit. That's a lot. That's
Yeah,
most
yeah.
people. Yeah, but the sim they would defend to the death. อย่ามาว่าน้องไข่หน้ากูด้วยน้องก็ฮอตด้วยเฮีย
ผมยังไม่
please upload more เงี้ยแต่
ผ
ว่า
มยังไม่เคยดูเลยว่ะน้องไข่เน่าเนี่ย
it's not that good
should we pay
no
not worth it
It's Noel's
I'm not-
motto and never pay.
I never pay for porn. Who pays for porn? Why you do that? You get shit for free. You go on Pornhub, right? And you see some chick sucking dick for free.
man I
For
pay
free.
I pay
Yeah,
for
but-
premium man
But
yeah,
you
but
need VPN.
no you
no,
don't
no, 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 no. Oh, ตกข่าวตกข่าวเฮียตกข่าวตกข่าว No, you no longer need one.
yeah
Alright.
actually even before if you put HTTPS
Oh,
You used
Wait,
to bypass
are
it.
you saying that the extent of blocking that website is only as far as แบบแค่พูดแค่ใส่ HTTPS
ไม่คือมันแล้วแต่แต่ถ้าเกิดว่ามันจะบล็อกหนักกว่านั้นมันก็ทำได้
อ๋อ
but there used to be a time that all you need to do was adding s but right now I don't think
they put
Yeah, it's not.
they block it anymore I'm
No, they didn't block it.
so if any of the audience is watching and you get blocked switch to AIS yeah you won't get blocked
wait so the blocking works by the ISP แบบ
yeah some
provider
ISP are more strict than others
wait I don't understand how this works so กระทรวง ICT like issue a command to each ISP to block something and then they can follow or not or something
yeah
like
it's just it's weird yeah maybe after today they block all but until today AIS rules
okay why so random
Just watch it.
okay one thing that I kind of pissed me off too is that up till today GTA San Andreas is blocked in Thailand
that's still but GTA 5 is
but GTA
what do you mean?
4 and 5 is not blocked
Wait, how is it blocked on Steam?
on Steam yes San Andreas is the only one that gets blocked
Why?
did you know that
I didn't know that.
because you remember there was a time when there's a kid stabbing some taxi driver in the news there was really like 10 years it must
That's
be
a
more than 10
decades
years.
ago.
มีคนขับแท็กซี่โดนเด็กแทง and then ข่าวตอนนั้นมันเล่นว่าเด็กรุนแรงเพราะเล่นเกม and then San Andreas got blocked in Thailand
Wait, it still is?
and it still is yes if you access Steam from VPN or something from other countries you can buy GTA San Andreas but if you don't no the original San Andreas and not the remade edition that they
Yeah, I know.
เอา3 Vice City กับ Andreas มาผูกกันไม่ not that one นะ but because of that news ที่มีแท็กซี่แทงอะตอนนั้นอะ San Andreas โดนบล็อกในประเทศไทย
The fuck?
up
I didn't know
until
that.
now they still block it but not GTA 5 not GTA 5 online not Red Dead Redemption not anything else by Rockstar
I think maybe
Not porn games as well.
yeah
I think
just San
the
Andreas.
process might be they have to petition it but I don't think that they need to petition anymore because there are new versions so they're just like
Yeah.
I think once they instigate ban on something did I use that word instigate what the fuck
Yeah.
once they start banning something they just don't release the ban until like there is a process
yeah and
So I
no
think-
one petition for San Andreas because nobody cares I guess
I think maybe the company itself has to petition, not the people, because
Yeah.
it's their business.
and they don't care because I think San Andreas on Steam is like it's like 200 baht or something it's like doesn't even make money from and they just
Yeah.
released the definitive edition the one that they remake the graphic right and you can buy
Yeah,
that
wait. Talk about GTA. I just know that in Thailand they play GTA 5 with something called like RPG or something, like
Yeah, the
role play
role
or
play thing.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
I
So they
don't
just
know.
go around. Yeah, what do they do there?
It's not only Thailand like they do
Yeah,
it around the world
I
right?
think it's GTA. You're talking about GTA Online.
yeah GTA Online
Yeah. So they like group together and
they role play their roles right
yeah.
What do
terrorize
people?
the
Wait, what
city.
do people do when they role play? They just meet like someone new and just like what?
I think
don't
there are
know.
mission that you can do in the game. Like there are certain mission that you can complete and compete. So yeah, I never got into it, man. I have GTA 5 on my computer. I like hardly played it once. So I don't even know why I spend money on it. The only game that I play a lot is FIFA 22 just because that Manchester United keep fucking lose every week to video game, man.
emotional
So you-
outlet
Yeah. Wait. Who won? Like isn't like Manchester won like winning by like 4-0 or something?
Yeah, 4-0 with Liverpool and 4-1 with Melbourne victory.
That's great then.
Yeah. I mean, it's pre-season, so who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. Who
But
cares?
you watch American football, right? Do you guys?
No,
No.
no. I don't watch sports
Don't watch.
Oh, you don't watch sports.
at all. I don't watch sports. When someone talk about like football, I just say, yeah,
You just
that's
stay home
right.
and wank.
Yeah.
You just stay home and wank yourself out.
I get exercise. It's exercise.
Like
I get
John
to the-
Mayer, 3 times a day.
To the guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think it's almost midnight now. Do we want to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
wrap
yeah.
it up.
Let's wrap it up. Yeah.
It's like came for English and stay for porn.
Yeah. Every time.
Look, porn is
this
porn is a
combination
very
is always porn.
porn is a very important part of life,
Yeah.
right? It
So
opens your eyes to the possibilities.
So you should petition it to be legal in Thailand, right?
It's not.
It's not.
Oh, who cares? We watched all of them anyways. Who cares? They can't catch all of us.
You can get like FBI open up any day.
Would they have to like investigate everybody?
Yeah, but
Because everybody
they can
watches
nitpick
porn.
you if they want
Yeah.
to. Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure like they watch more than I do though.
sure.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, anything for English before we go to bed?
Okay. Actually, there was this one person said that อย่าลืม don't forget to turn on incognito so that you don't have to delete your history, right? I was like,
No.
I can't use incognito, man. I need my history in place, man.
I need my cookie. I need my cookie to
I need my
remember what I
cookie.
like. It knows me well.
You can just open a separate Chrome tab, the Chrome profile.
Yeah.
And keep
Yes.
all your stuff there.
And algorithm gonna learn what you like.
Yes. And
Right.
it just like flip up a switch. They know exactly what I like. I just go there. It's like here's all the things that it makes you like just
Yes.
ruffle your feathers a bit. Yay.
Okay, I mean we're gonna end with English. Why do we come back to porn again?
I'm sorry.
No, just end it on porn. End it on porn. Learn English via porn. Yes. Learn English
See,
via
very
porn.
very limited English learning there.
You got faster, you got harder, you got not inside. What else is there? Yeah, you know you get the idea.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is not productive. Like it's not efficient way to learn.
your
English.
your vocabulary.
Your
The other
vocab is
day I was talking to my colleagues, right? My friend, like colleagues / friends, and then I was saying that I was referring to like I was referring like black people by saying ebony, and they were like, oh, come on, Tom, you watch too much porn.
I love it. Like it, amateur. Yeah. Amateur.
No, ebony.
Yeah.
No,
amateur.
but also like when you think about it with
Yeah.
amateur, like amateur photographer, amateur, but then when you
Like
think
the
amateur,
keyword.
it's like
Keyword.
nah, amateur, is something different.
Anyways,
Anyway,
yeah.
non.
Never not.
Anywho,
Wait, Noel. When are you? When is your flight again?
Like 19
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yes.
Now, when are you back again?
I'll be back on next Thursday, 28th. 28. Yeah.
was it difficult to get Schengen visa?
For Italy, yes, it's expensive.
But
yeah?
You
Okay,
you only tried
you got-
once, right?
You got two choice, right? You can go the pleb route, which is basically like making reservations months in advance, like 6 months in advance,
You paid extra, right?
or you pay premium and get the next day.
Did
How
you
much is
get
the premium?
Overnight, you paid for overnight.
Not overnight, but you get it to to the part where you need to submit your doc. You need to like reserve a place, a date to submit your documents, and that can take months to do.
Mhm.
Just to submit your stuff.
Is
Right.
it มันไอ VFS ป่ะ
ไม่ต้องไปกับตัวครับ
อ๋อ
ใช่
Well, but
บางครั้ง
even
เอกสารไม่คร
during
บ
the COVID time, that seems like no one is going abroad too much. แบบมันก็ยังนาน
โอ้เยอะมากเยอะ
เหรอ
เหี้ย กูจองไม่ได้เลยเว้ยจนกระทั่งประมาณเกือบปลายปีอ่ะรู้ป่ะถ้ากูไปธรรมดา so I had to like do premium กูถามเลยว่าโอ้โหไม่ทันเลยเหรอครับไม่มีเลยค่ะกูต้องไปนั่งดูแบบว่าทางเดียวที่กูทำได้คือกูต้องแบบเดินทางไปภูเก็ตอ่ะเพื่อไปยื่นอ่ะ
เดี๋ยวแล้วพรีเมียมจ่ายเท่าไหร่นะ
but if you premium โอ้พรุ่งนี้ได้เลยค่ะพรุ่งนี้ได้เลยครับใช่พรุ่งนี้ได้เลยค่ะเข้ามาเสร็จปุ๊บอาทิตย์เดียวได้เลย
แล้วเท่าไหร่อ่ะ
แพงขึ้นกับปกติ2 เท่าอ่ะ
No, but because I was trying to do visa for England, the UK, right? When I went to Turkey, and so if you go the normal route, the price for visa is like I don't know, like 150 US dollars or something, 150 pound or something.
Yeah, around there.
That can take up to 6 weeks.
Oh wow!
And if you want to do it in a week, you pay. I think it's like 350 pound extra. But if you want to get it overnight, it's 900 pound extra.
What?
Yeah.
And they charge for everything, man. There is a lounge club. There is
yeah.
Everything, man.
And they have like services. If you do it the pleb route, they won't help you at all. They will tell you like 2 weeks later โอ้ไม่ผ่านนะคะต้องส่งมาใหม่แล้วต้องยื่นอะไรใหม่โอ้ต้องยื่นอันนี้ใหม่หมดเลยครับอ้าวไอ้เหี้ยกูต้องหาใหม่หมดเลยเหรอThe fuck
แล้วไม่ผ่านเพราะอะไรก็บอกทีหลังเหมือนกันใช่ไหม
มันแทบไม่บอกเลยเว้ยถ้ามึงทำแบบมาปกติหรือแบบมึงต้องมาแอดที่หน่อยแต่ถ้ามึงทำแบบพรีเมียมใช่ป่ะโอ้เอานี้แหละค่ะเรียบร้อยแล้วนะคะเดี๋ยวคุยให้ค่ะแล้วมึงคุยให้เราเลยเว้ยแล้วจบแล้วอาทิตย์เดียวกูได้เลย
คือแบบ if you go คือถ้าเกิดว่ายูจะไปทำวีซ่าอเมริกาอย่างเงี้ยเขาแบบมันบอกในเว็บไซต์เลยใช่ไหมว่า encourage ว่า you should do everything by yourself every jingle bell ใช่ป่ะเข้ามาในพวกฝั่งยุโรปเงี้ยมันมีบริการคนเขียนให้ด้วยนะเว้ย
แล้วบริการนี้มาจากสถานทูตด้วยเลยใช่ไหมครับ
ไม่คือของ
มาจากพวกเอเจนต์
อย่างของอังกฤษเนี่ยคือเดี๋ยวนี้สถานทูตอังกฤษเนี่ยเขาไม่ได้ทำเองแต่เขาเอาซอร์สไปให้บริษัท VFS ซึ่ง VFS ก็คือ handle ตรงนี้หมดเลยไง
ไอ้เหี้ย VFS นี่แม่งแบบโอ้โหกว่ากูจะโทรหาได้โหยัดแม่ไอ้เหี้ยโทรยากมาก
คือเดี๋ยวนี้ถ้าเกิดว่ายูจะทำเชงเจนหรือจะทำUK เนี่ยส่วนใหญ่แม่งผ่าน VFS หมด
โนเอลมึงคอมเพลนไม่ได้นี่แหละ capitalism
คอมเพลนได้ดิทำไมวะน่ะ
ก็ this is what ก็เดโยนให้เอกชนทำ this capitalism
ใช่ไงก็ใช่ไง
มันดีกว่ากูไปเจอแน่นอนอ่ะกูว่ามันเหี้ยกว่า
แต่ว่าอย่าง US เขาทำเองมันไม่มี fast track ไม่มีอะไรมันก็ service เดียวไง
but when I applied for the UK the last time was like once you get there it's very easy once you get in the fucking room it's like
ใช่ that's it ขอแค่เข้าในห้องได้อ่ะ
yeah there was virtually no interview like
yeah ผ่านจบ
ผ่านเลย
ผ่านเลยคือเข้าไปถึงปั๊บก็นั่นแหละจบจะผ่านหรือไม่ผ่านเข้าไปว่ากันทีหลังแต่ว่าข้างในนั้นน่ะเร็วbut before you get there that's the question
ใช่ when you gonna get there
but visa for Europe is not like อเมริกาไงคืออเมริกาเนี่ยยูทำไว้ก่อนแล้วยูจะไปเมื่อไหร่ก็ได้เพราะว่ามัน issue 10 ปีอยู่แล้วใช่ป่ะส่วนใหญ่แต่ว่าของยุโรปเนี่ยส่วนใหญ่คือแบบ you must have a purpose
แค่นี้แค่นี้
ของโนเอลได้กี่เดือน6 เดือนป่ะ
โอ้ยไม่ถึงอ่ะผมแค่ประมาณอีก 2-3 เดือนนั้นก็หมดแล้ว
เพราะว่าคราวที่แล้วของเราเนี่ย UK เนี่ยได้แบบว่าได้ multiple entry นะแต่ว่า within 6 month period มันโหยเยอะกูจะไปอังกฤษ2มากกว่า2รอบใน6 เดือนกูก็จะรวยเกินไปแล้วเฮีย
คือเขากลัวแค่พวกไปโรบินฮูดแค่นั้นเองใช่ไหมพวกเนี้ยแบบ
ไม่ใช่พวกที่แบบว่าไปเพื่อแบบเป็นเคอรี่เหรอวะ
มันก็นั่นแหละโรบินฮูดคือเหมือนกับไปแล้วหายเข้าไปเลยอ่ะ
ก็เป็นโรบินฮูดยังไงไปปล้นฝรั่ง
ไม่ใช่ก็โรบินฮูดหายเข้าไปในป่าเชอร์วูดไง
ได้โรบินฮูดเป็นแสลงว่าพอไปถึงปั๊บก็ทิ้งวีซ่าไงวีซ่า
ทำไมโรบินฮูดวะ
มันเป็นไทยแสลงว่าเป็นแบบว่าเป็นหนีวีซ่าอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
คือเป็นโจรคนเดียวที่ international พูดง่ายที่รู้จักโอเค
น่าจะก็เหมือนเวลาคนพูดถึงแบบว่ากรณีฟรอดอะไรอย่างเงี้ยคนไทยแม่งก็ต้องแบบว่า catch me if you can ก่อนเลยอะไรเงี้ย
โอ
ซึ่ง
เค
จริงๆคนอื่นที่ดังกว่าแม่งเยอะแม่งมีเยอะแยะเลยนะเว้ยแมดดอฟอะไรเงี้ยหรือว่า
ดีบีคูเปอร์ได้เลย
ดีบีคูเปอร์หรือพอนซี่หรือชาร์ลส์พอนซี่อะไรอย่างเงี้ย
แต่ว่าเลโอนาร์โดดังสุด
เรารู้จักแต่แฟรงค์แบ็กเนลจูเนียร์
แต่ว่ายุโรปมันกลัวพวกนี้ไงมันกลัวไอแบบหนีไปแล้วแบบหายเข้าไปเลยอ่ะ
ใช่
ไม่เพราะว่ากฎหมายมันเหมือนกับว่าถ้าเกิดว่าเข้าไปอยู่ในซิสเต็มแล้วอ่ะมันก็มีโอกาสที่มันจะต้องมาดูแลไง
ใช่ใช่
โอเคแมน
เดี๋ยวต้องไปแล้วทุกคนไปแล้ว
งั้นก็โชคดีครับทุกท่านขอบคุณที่ติดตามดูจนถึงเที่ยงคืนกูไนท์ทุกท่าน
คุณนายทุกคนนะครับ
ไว้โอกาสหน้าเจอกันใหม่
ครับผม
สวัสดีครับทุกคน
สวัสดีครับ
เจอกัน